welcome the show Eat with the Owner. Yeah, and my name is Gervais, and your name?
Lucy Gervais.
Gervais.
Our names rhyme.
Gervais.
Yeah.
So like, what is there's a British famous comedian,
Yep.
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais.
He's a tough guy, right?
He's tough, yeah.
Yeah, he's speaking out of things very bold, right? A lot of statements.
I would say so.
Yeah, okay, great. Thank you for coming to the show. Really,
thank you so much for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah. It's been actually we haven't done anything for this video for almost a year or something. Oh, half a year, yeah, half a year.
For the podcast?
Yeah.
This is your first podcast episode in half a year?
Yeah, almost half a year.
Goodness,
I need more people like you to help out.
Yeah, I'll help out in any way I can.
You can say a little bit closer.
Say a little closer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, we, as I said before, probably we can use this clip to be part of my separate video to show how to order the food here.
For sure.
Yeah. So we pretend the first time here.
Okay, it's our first time. I've never eaten any of this food.
Okay. So we got in two people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we want to order 2 or 3 dishes to share, main dishes, or the appetizers on the first page.
Okay.
Yeah, overall the menu has only 5-6 pages. So it's organized by first page of the appetizers and only 2 soups, wonton soup, hot sour soup. And then the second page you will see organized by the main plate. It will be chicken first, general chicken, compound chicken, all this chicken, and followed by beef plates, dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So all the beef and then the pork around here, and then the shrimp. You see, and the tofu, and then there's fish. It's all like not categorized together. And then this is the vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
And then will be the steamed rice, fried rice, and then noodles. That's all. The last page will be the drinks.
All right, cool.
So we have only one dessert called the deep fried ice cream. So we
Very
keep everything simple, not too many choices.
Mm-hmm.
And also for the people not familiar with the dishes, and you can here we have an online menu.
Oh yeah.
You can scan the QR code.
Let me see if I can get it to work.
If it's working, otherwise.
Okay. It says to open the link. I have to unlock my phone. Oh, looks like it's working. Yeah.
So that's
wow.
So yeah. So the online menu, every item has a detailed description. I wrote it 10 years ago.
You're famous for this.
Yeah, sometimes they said it's honest or something.
I want to talk about these at some point because I love your descriptions.
And each section, at the end of the description, you see the little link video of this dish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
want me to click it?
Yeah, you can always click.
Perfect.
That would be a short video for 40 seconds. Yeah.
Hot salad.
Hot salad.
Or we call it
Tiger
salad.
Tiger salad.
It's in Chinese. Seriously, in Chinese, it's called tiger salad.
Do you know why they call it tiger salad?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe it's. I really don't. One time I googled to see why people call it tiger salad.
Maybe it's because if a tiger tried to make a salad because they have claws, it would look all torn up.
Or even
shredded.
Tigers, they eat meat only. So even if you are good, the tiger even try to want to vegetarian.
Yeah, maybe.
There's another famous dish. It's all vegetarian, but it's called the monks won't jump the wall. Fu Tiao Qiang.
Okay.
Seriously, it smells so good. So even because the temple, right? Inside the temple, the monks smell the aroma of this dish. So they want to jump off the wall.
Just to go get it?
Yeah. So this kind of.
Well, I want to try that.
That's very delicate, but it's all vegetarian. It's looking great. So it's kind of Buddhism, want to jump the wall.
What's in it?
All the good stuff, the shiitake, those kind of mushroom, make it fluffy, I guess, after boiling a little bit of time. So make it looking like a lot of meat or something, but it's really all vegetarian. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's Buddhism want to jump the wall. Oh, actually, we're going too far. Actually, for this video, and usually the last part will be depends on how many people. It's always sharing. The Chinese food, always you can try different food, right? So 2 people usually always recommend +1. Either 2 will be okay, or you want a little bit more, so 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, or you have 4 people, you probably order 5.
Okay.
Yeah, to put in the middle and share. And steamed rice is going to be 1 for each person. And if you want to try some appetizer as well,
Mm-hmm.
so you have those kind of
Share
little,
the appetizers.
yeah, little appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
And also you have Qingdao beer, sake, and all the soft drinks, not healthy soft drinks.
Not healthy. Yeah, none of that's healthy, but that's okay.
Yeah. So basically that's it. How we kind of introduce how to order, and then we have a lot of stuff, extra stuff in the middle, and we'll give the guys.
Okay.
But for today, for us, what do you want to eat?
Oh my goodness. Well, that's a big question because I really like. I've tried most of the food on your menu. I think my favorite that I've had is the spicy fish fillets.
Okay.
But I'm kind of curious to try.
We can try, and we can actually today is risk-free,
Mhm.
it's totally free. So I know we can try. I guess for us too, we can try 4.
Oh my god, that's a lot of food.
If we
Okay.
cannot finish, we can bring home.
So, oh my, that would be amazing.
It's all you can eat.
Oh my
Okay.
god, stop. you were gonna regret that.
Yeah.
I've never had the spicy potato.
Okay, we take that one.
Okay.
That one is very healthy though.
Is that bad?
Very good.
It's good?
Very, very healthy. Potato
Okay.
is amazing. It never goes wrong.
I don't think I've had the potato, so I would really like to try that. Oh my goodness. Well, what do you recommend? Because maybe we can use that as a guide.
Yeah, we had a new dish called the name in Chinese is guo bao rou. Actually, it's kind of sweet and sour, crispy pork.
That sounds great.
It's a pork slices, but we battered with
That sounds great.
what is that, potato starch, and
Okay.
then deep fried, and then you with a lot of melted salt and white vinegar.
That sounds
so it's
awesome.
crispy, yeah.
And that's not on the menu right now, is it?
It's supposed to be on, but I need to redesign one page, put it
Okay.
on, and then we reprint.
Well,
Yeah.
I think maybe we should try that.
Yeah, that one.
That would
and,
be great.
and you have little julienne, and then plus this. What else? Get 2
Do
more.
you still have the dry rock chicken?
No, we don't. But it's very close to this one, spicy diced chicken.
Spicy diced
Very,
chicken?
very close. That's one. That's why we.
This one you said it's a warning, high
Yeah.
risk. Like, is that for spice? Is that because it's really
Also,
spicy?
a lot of bones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, also a lot of bones,
That's
and it's
okay.
deep fried, super dry.
So that's 2 deep fried things. Okay, so we're doing the pork and the potato. Maybe just because it's been so long since I had it. What would you recommend, the spicy fish fillet or the salt and pepper fish?
Have you tried this potatoes?
I haven't, and I'm not sure.
It's very sweet. Oh yeah, we'll have another sweet one. Probably this salt pepper.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to try that, please. That sounds really good. And I want to look at the appetizers. This is such a great day for me. I get to choose food.
Well, we can have 5.
No, okay, that's going overboard. I don't know if I can.
Oh, this
eat that
one is
much.
always hot. This one eggplant potato bell pepper, or this one, those 2.
I don't really love eggplant.
Okay. Then you green beans or the
The cabbage.
Cabbage, yeah.
The cabbage is like amazing. Okay, so the potato, the cabbage.
Oh, you have already one.
I know.
You can try this one. This hot pepper beef is not bad. The hot pepper beef very popular.
Yeah,
It's spicy.
I like spicy. I do like spicy a lot. So okay, hot pepper beef,
Yeah.
the fish,
Yeah.
the potato,
Yeah.
and the pork dish
Yeah.
that you recommended. I think
Then
that is a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
the
is
one.
perfect.
And then rice as well.
Yes, please.
And also the rice is a free refill, and plus on top of free. So,
Well, if I was a regular customer, it would be free refills for the rice.
yeah.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know that.
we don't charge more than the amount of people on
Okay,
the
very
table.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the steamed rice is supposed to be going well with all these dishes. So
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
especially young guys.
Yeah.
Like when
And they eat a lot.
When
Yeah.
I was we used to have like one little bit oilish dish. Anything has a little bit of flavor. We
Mhm.
ate like 3 big bowls of rice.
Yeah, to balance it out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Wait, give
Thank
me
you.
1 second. Let me put this downstairs. It will keep going, but it will be
That's okay, I'm
30
sure.
seconds.
I feel so spoiled. Like, this is a dream come true.
Actually, you're a comedian. I really like
Yeah,
comedians.
I am a
Yes,
comedian. Yeah, I've been a comedian for 11 years.
yeah. You see, in the past, like on my podcast, a lot of comedians in
Mhm.
Montreal.
So you've had Harrison.
Yeah.
Who else have you had that's done comedy?
The guy. What's his name? I'm not really bad at names. I have 4, I guess 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like comedians.
Yeah. It's because I like really a part of me learning English actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like watching comedy in
Yeah,
English?
yeah.
Like, who did you watch?
Right now, I watch a lot of Kill Tony.
Yeah, Kill Tony's
Yeah.
really fun, eh?
Yeah,
Who are your favorite?
used to
Guess
be I guess 10, 15 years ago. I watched a lot of YouTube videos of Robin Williams, Chris Rock,
Classic.
yeah, and also Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Yeah. The old guy, renting guy, is called the George Carlin.
George Carlin, he's the best.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
My favorite.
But
growing
it's a
up.
little bit too old for me. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I kind of started to learn that a little bit too late. So for me, it's kind of too far.
Yeah.
You know, his time is too far. It's like
You think so?
yeah. Chris Rock is pretty good.
I think George Carlin, it is very old school stuff, but I think it's still very relevant today.
He
You
got
know?
some wisdom. Like
You think he lost some
no,
wisdom?
no, he got some wisdom
Oh, he
about
has
the
lots
society.
of wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got the
for
society.
sure.
I saw one about the American. They have too many malls. Malls can, right?
Yeah.
There's one mall next to another mall, like
Yeah.
people like shopping too much or something like that.
Exactly.
When I watched 12 times.
He's right about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's right about he criticized America a lot, and it made him
Yeah,
very
exactly.
unpopular.
Thoughtful. Yeah.
Unpopular with some people, but very popular with others.
And Ricky Gervais is like, but his British accent gave me trouble. So
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, I find it hard to understand.
Yeah. So I really kind of watch his comedy,
Mhm.
like more like a Chris Rock kind of.
What if you have the subtitles? So
I
you can
will-
read it.
Yeah, but we'll lose fun of that.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah,
read the
yeah,
subtitles,
yeah.
eh? When you
Yeah.
watch movies, and let's say you're watching a movie that's not in English or Chinese, so it's another language that you don't speak.
I try not to watch that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I-
missing out.
Yeah, because the subtitle give you some. I'm gonna focus on reading instead of the
I think you can.
videos.
Well, I like to watch a lot of foreign movies, and I find the subtitles. It's
Helpful.
kind of my brain does all the work. I don't even notice. You know.
it's funny. Like several years ago, when I went back to China in the cinema, the theaters in China,
Mhm.
even in Chinese Mandarin, they put a subtitle there.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. Yeah, so that's different. Why do you need a? It's just distraction actually, because
I don't think so. I disagree.
yeah, for me that time. But then I at the beginning me learning English,
Hmm.
so it's helpful.
Yeah.
But after some time, I rather not to read the subtitle in English. Even the
Yeah.
American movies,
Mhm.
the English movie, English subtitle, I put it on, and
Mhm.
it helps. It
Yeah.
helped a lot at the beginning.
Hmm. But not anymore.
Yeah, not
you don't
anymore.
need it.
And you need to get rid of those kind of baby wheels, the training wheels, when you
Yeah.
ride bicycles.
Well, I find if I watch a French or a Spanish movie, if I have the subtitles, I can really focus on the story without thinking like, oh, I gotta read and go back and forth. I kind of just like try to just melt them both together, and it makes it easier to
You
watch.
speak French very well.
I speak pretty good French.
Wow, that's amazing.
I grew up speaking French,
Yeah.
so. But I didn't grow up in Quebec. I grew up in Ontario. I'm from Toronto.
Wow, really?
Yes.
So Toronto and you're good
Yeah.
at French. That's a plus. Big
Well,
plus.
exactly. But so I went to French school growing up. So I went to French preschool, kindergarten, and a bit of elementary school. And my father's Quebecois. But because I wasn't immersed in French, like the city's not French. Toronto's
Not
got a
yeah,
small
yeah,
French
yeah.
population, enough for there to be like schools, but not. It's different when like I was expecting when I moved to Montreal that I would speak amazing French. Everyone would be so impressed, and I'd be working in French right away. and I realized I was not.
Okay.
My French was not as good as I thought it was. So being immersed all the time, my French has gotten a lot better.
But
Yeah.
do you do comedies in French?
I don't do comedy in French. It should be something I focus on, but it's a different sense of humor. And
Some people like the previous guest, like comedian, told me like actually the French comedian is lot bigger than English comedian.
yeah, for sure.
Comedy here, right?
Well, I think in Quebec, French comedy, like there's French tabloids, and they write about comedians here, which I thought was pretty funny when I moved here and I saw that. I was just like, okay, they are like real celebrities. Like they're gossiping about the comedians.
This was
Mike Ward.
Ward,
That was like his him being sued was big news. Even where like because Mike Ward's very well known in English comedy circles as well, and so him, that he was sued by a family, right?
Yeah, I somehow knew the story. He got famous also, like he was in the United States, some big shows also.
Yeah, he's a global star, I would say. Apparently, like a super nice guy. I've never met him, but I've heard he's a super nice guy.
There's another guy. He is Sugar stuff.
Sugar Sammy.
Every time I drive to back to West Side and saw a big billboard,
big billboard as you're coming into the city. Yeah, I've seen that billboard.
Usually, you don't see comedians do the billboard, right?
Not a lot.
It's not cheap to put a big thing there, big print over there.
I think it's not cheap, but you get that money back if you can sell out the theaters.
You're gonna hear.
Yeah.
I saw that you're gonna hear.
So it's like if it's a bilingual show. I did see it actually.
I saw the YouTube also here. I followed him on the Twitter, I guess. Sometimes put clips. Pretty funny. He's pretty good with like crowd work. He got a lot of crowd work. Yeah,
he's. I saw the Bonjour High show, and so it's like it's in French and English, and I think he did a good job. It was a fun show.
But what is who's the best for you? Best comedian? You like most?
My favorite comedian is Rosie O'Donnell. Do you know her?
Is that the guy who had the big beef with the?
No,
oh no,
it's a woman, but. But who are you talking about? Because now I'm curious about that.
I told you already. I'm really bad at names. There was a lady. Was the host on the View had the problem with Donald Trump?
That's her. Yeah, that's her.
Oh, no, she's a big comedian.
She's a big comedian. Yeah, she used to have her own.
Why she did not have the big name as a comedian? I never heard of her as a comedian.
Well,
because I'm reaching. I'm not in the English world, but only big names can come to me. Really,
I think she was like one of the highest paid comedians on TV in the 90s.
Okay.
So she had her own, like, Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
She had
she got
a
show
before.
She got canceled.
She didn't get canceled. Well, the show got canceled, but I don't think she got canceled. I just think, she didn't have like an Ellen DeGeneres moment where everyone hated her and wanted her show off. But I think it ran for like a decade, and so. Yeah, I actually don't know why the Rosie show got canceled, but it's a really great show. Like you can still find clips of it on YouTube. She also had specials. She was acting. Like she was a big star, and she's also on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is like Larry David's show. Which you would probably do. You like Jerry Seinfeld?
Little bit. Like that was too before I got interested.
Okay, this is way better, but it's like.
So for us, we learn English. I guess the best for us always the Friends. Like in Chinese,
Friends?
Yeah. In
Chinese, okay.
It's the number one. Like all the students, because that time was in my college time. So all in the college we try to learn English, right? I guess the Friends is everybody was watching Friends with subtitles.
Okay. Do you find it funny?
It's amazing. Even today.
You think it stands up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
you never watched Seinfeld, eh?
Seinfeld a little bit. And then Lucy also. What is the guy got in trouble as well? The Lucy, like
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. Yeah. He was funny with the kid I watched like one or two
episodes.
Everything on the YouTube that time, I guess. That time before he got trouble. It was big at that time.
He was the biggest comedian in the world.
One time, right?
Yeah. like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. Like literally everybody.
Rosie
was,
or Donald. But
yeah.
why did they have problem with Trump? They even share the same name, Donald.
Where do we
right?
start?
Yeah, the Donald, right?
Rosie or Donald Trump?
Yeah,
That's clever. That's fun.
You put together the three name, middle name.
Well, Donald, I'm guessing you're a fan of Donald Trump, or you might.
Well, I'm following a lot with the American stuff, but like
he's not a very good person.
Yeah,
especially. But like before he was in politics, he was like just a celebrity, a public figure, and so the fight that they had started because so Donald Trump runs the Miss USA pageant. It's like a beauty pageant. And one of the contestants was disqualified for underage drinking. She's like 20 years old. In the United States, you can't drink when you're 20, only when you're 21 and over. And so she got disqualified and she got let back into the pageant, and Donald Trump gave this big speech forgiving her. And Rosie O'Donnell was like, who the hell is this guy to give a 20-year-old shit for underage drinking? And then she just started reading like a list of horrible things that he had, kind of like been publicly known for doing. And then he responded by calling her like a fat pig.
Oh, that's very typical. That's very typical.
He's like, oh, Rosie wants to talk. Well, she's a fat pig and I don't find her very attractive. Rosie's a lesbian, so she doesn't really care whether Donald Trump finds her attractive or not. Yeah, but this is a long time ago.
I did not know she was a big comedian, because because like the time I started watching those English shows, probably she was already like the rating was already. She might have
already been, she might have not already had her own show, but I would say, in American comedy, she's definitely very well known, and she has like a spot kind of in the history. But one reason she's my favorite is she has my favorite comedy special, and she filmed it in a mall that she owns.
Wow.
That's how like.
Now they put a lot of comedy specials on the Netflix. That's a big thing.
Yeah, they're putting actually Ellen DeGeneres just had her like post cancellation special air on that.
Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres was a big comedian too.
She's probably one of the highest paid people in TV for at least a decade.
And another is called Chelsea.
Chelsea Lately.
Yeah,
that's Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
She was very good as well.
Mm-hmm.
I watched some of her like YouTube videos as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff.
She has a lot of good. She has a lot of people that she's brought up in comedy as well.
That's why at the beginning when you try to learn English, there's a lot. Me and my wife, we both watch a lot of Tyra Banks. And
Tyra Banks?
Yeah, the supermodels.
I love that.
Apprentice too. Yeah, we watch a lot of Apprentice as well, and also the Ellen show as well. Ellen show was Obama was dancing.
Obama was dancing. Oh my goodness.
Ellen show and what other shows we're watching?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And also so you think you can dance? That's pretty good.
That's a great show. Yeah. There was a British guy on that show. Were you able to understand what he was saying?
No. Actually, I was not a big fan, but my wife was.
Okay.
Into those dances, like they were real, like not like Dancing with Stars, right? Dancing with Stars is not real.
Well, yeah, it's more raw, right? Because these are people who don't have a dance partner who's a professional dancer to like help them through the process. These are people that say like, I can dance and let me show you. They don't have anyone helping. And shows like that, did you ever watch American Idol? Yeah,
a little bit, but that's not the reality show is not a big thing for me. When I was like I watched a lot of the YouTube. David Letterman is great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I almost watched all of them. Of them.
Do you like Conan O'Brien?
Not that because David Letterman is too big to overshine a lot of for foreigners, like he's the biggest name, I guess.
Really?
Jay Leno is a little bit also. Jay Leno was big as well, but like when you have to choose one for foreigners or people learning English, probably you try the top one. You always
Yeah.
pick the top one.
Mhm.
Even the number 2 was very close, but you still probably focus on the.
I'd say David Letterman is better than Jay Leno.
Jay Leno is a big change.
He certainly does. Okay, so what I usually do is I put the rice on the plate, but the last time I was here, I saw that you put everything in your bowl.
If it's too full, I would put a little bit there,
Okay.
and then like get easier to.
Okay, I'm
work
gonna
on.
want to do. Okay.
There's
Thank you so
Yes.
much. This is
got too many ways
amazing.
to eat, like with the rice.
Okay, so this is. Does this have a warning on the menu that it's very, very hot?
No, this one's popular though.
Okay,
It's
so you're not. I'm
because
not
there's no
surprised.
hidden stuff. It's you see the hot pepper, you know
Mhm.
it's hot. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
it's,
true.
It's not cheating, not lying.
No.
But the other stuff they have the warning is mainly for the Sichuan pepcorn.
I love. Yeah, I do like
Sichuan
that a lot.
pepcorn really get people off, throw people off.
I think it's really delicious though. It has like a really unique flavor. It like coats the inside of your mouth, and it's got like it's very
but
potent.
some people find it's like for me it's never eaten cinnamon. Cinnamon is
Cinnamon?
cinnamon is too bad for me. Is people just don't have
You don't eat spicy food?
I eat hot food,
Oh, okay.
the pepper thing, not the cinnamon.
Oh, okay.
Cinnamon is crazy.
It's crazy? How is it crazy?
And people some spice just fight against you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not matching with those kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I guess people growing up here, most of them accept cinnamon. My
Yes.
daughter like a whole box of cinnamon, the cinnamon rolls.
Mhm.
Right, so that's all yours, nothing to do with me.
Can I tell you something crazy? I put cinnamon in my coffee.
That's, you know is that same thing with the sambucha? Is that same thing inside sambucha? Is the
Sambuca
sambucha
is
is
like a black licorice flavor.
but in the is
I hate it.
the rule is that what is that the is the root of some
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know that it ends up tasting that like
crazy.
very. I don't
And
really
the
like
Italian
that at
people
all.
like the boss here, the manager, the boss was Italian.
Hmm.
Like he told me they eat the roots raw.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
That flavor I
Well,
cannot take.
that sounds kind of horrible to
Sambu-
me, but who am I to judge? But
That's why the Sichuan peppercorn, even for some people like it, but some people find it really crazy.
I like it. When I started putting cinnamon in my coffee because I had it at a Mexican restaurant. So I ordered a coffee and I really liked how it tasted. And then when I actually went to Mexico, I ordered a coffee and it tasted the same. And I was like, oh wow, like it's rare to go to a restaurant that's like a foreign restaurant, but it's in Canada, and have the food or the drinks taste the exact same as when you go to the actual place. So when I was in Mexico last time, I bought cinnamon from Mexico so that when I came back to Canada, I could make the coffee as close as possible to the coffee that I had there because I thought it tasted really good. And I was happy I did.
Yeah.
But that sounds horrible to you.
But do you put vodka in coffee?
Pardon me?
Vodka in coffee?
Oh, God,
As
never.
alcoholic.
Would you do that?
No, that's alcohol.
Thank God.
Now people having problem with
Mhm.
alcohol.
Vodka. At least put something like a liqueur. This is delicious.
Yeah, this one is very popular. A lot of people like this one.
Yeah. A lot of people really like beef when it comes to Chinese food because it's familiar to them. Like, they'll eat beef anything, you know? Whereas fish, I find people are a little bit more
I used
shy
to
about.
last year. I spent a lot of time cutting those, preparing those beef slices.
Mm-hmm. You slice it all yourself?
What do you mean?
You slice all the beef yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But it's we use the inside round. Well, I don't know what is that, but it's the same
Yeah,
like
I know.
also a big piece of the meat, and then you have to prepare some tendon you need to remove, and then
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I used to be a butcher, so I know all about
wow, that's
cuts of beef, cuts of everything. So I know exactly.
so what is the inside round then?
Inside round is a muscle. It's pretty lean, but it's also something that's very tough if you don't cook it properly. And I think when you order pho, it's the same
Okay.
cut.
How you pronounce it really good. I thought it was
Pronounce
pho.
what?
Pho.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All the years I said a pho.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah.
That's Vietnamese friend told me that's pho.
So I think it's close to the hip. I haven't butchered in a while, but I'm pretty confident that inside round is close to the hip. It's not on the actual leg.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's very versatile and it's very cheap. It'll
Yeah.
probably stay inexpensive because inexperienced cooks don't know how to cook with it.
But is that brisket is made of that as well?
Brisket is chest.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole chest
That's the
is like
worst.
two briskets.
That's the worst quality, right? Because it's a little bit
It
too
depends.
lean, right?
Well, if you go to a Montreal smoked meat
Yeah, that's the
restaurant,
best, yeah.
that's what they're
Yeah.
using. So, I mean, you could think,
Because it's not. I guess you cannot make that very good for other cooking.
you cannot have it.
Yeah, it's not easy to. You see the fiber. You can literally see the fiber.
Mhm. Yeah, it needs a lot of. It needs a long time.
Yeah.
So things that take a long time to cook are usually more inexpensive, and it's also a very fatty cut depending on what kind of cow you get it from. Like if it's a grass-fed cow, it's going to be very lean, but if it's kind of grass, and it depends what the cow eats. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now. I'm in heaven. But there's parts of it, like there's one side that's very fatty, and then there's one side that's very, very lean. So when when you go to if you go to Schwartz, and you can ask them for like which part of the brisket you want.
Okay.
So you can say, I want like a fatty sandwich, and they'll give you a fatty, drippy, juicy, oily sandwich. It'd be really good. Not healthy, but who cares?
Really?
And then you can get the lean, and that's more, I wouldn't say dry because it's still, going to be really, really good.
Yeah, really. That's amazing. Those smoked meat in Montreal. And then another one on the EP053. There's a St. Pete or something.
Where?
St. Pete, EP053. There's a.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
I've never been there.
It's a West Island to the tip of the West Island.
And you like their food?
Yeah, it's the very close flavor. So the smoked meat is very good. But they all do the same thing. Look at they put the smoked meat in the sandwich. The sandwich, the bread is small like, what is that? It's like a girl's mini skirt. It just cannot cover nothing.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
is the theory of that?
It's definitely just there to keep the sandwich slightly together
It's messy.
so it doesn't fall
When
apart.
you eat it, when you eat it, it's like the meat falling everywhere.
Yep. You have to go prepared.
Yeah, it's really.
Lots of napkins.
I thought it was like only one smoked meat like joint doing that. Everybody does that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's so small. The bread is so small, and then you have
And then I got mustard all over
mustard
too.
oil.
I love it.
I think there's a theory about why it's so small. That is not the cost, right?
Well, because it's a rye bread. It's like the same bread that they always use. It's that kind of like white rye bread.
I thought it
It's
was
so
a corn. I thought they put some corn there too. I guess.
Corn? Like
Yeah,
in the
corn
bread?
meal. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never made rye. I'm not really a baker, so I don't really know what's in rye bread. I don't know if it's corn or not.
I'm
I'd
glad
be
you
interested to find out.
you know the beef quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Because always the supplier they deliver the huge box, right?
Mm-hmm.
The plastic like the big chunk of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Costco en route. There's a business center. They
Mm-hmm.
sold the same box.
Yep.
I was really surprised.
Costco is famous for having like really good quality beef that's really, really well priced.
It's called Canadian Diamond or something.
Canadian Diamond.
Yeah.
We do have diamonds in Canada.
You do?
Yeah, I think we have diamond mines.
I thought it was South Africa somewhere.
Well, yes, that too. Emeralds.
So how many years you've been working on as a butcher?
Oh, well, I'm not anymore. That was a long time ago when I still lived in Toronto. So I worked at a butcher shop for 3 years. I was only a butcher for about 6 months. And I got good at cutting poultry. I was okay.
The poultry, you mean chicken?
Yeah, chickens, ducks,
turkey?
turkeys. Oh my God. It's very messy work.
Yeah, it is.
Well, very demanding physically, long hours.
Not
It was
many
difficult.
girls, right?
Pardon
Not-
me?
Not many girls there.
There was a few. Our shop had a few, and I'm still really good friends with everybody that I worked with, which is really nice. So every time I go back to Toronto, I always visit, and they have amazing quality product too. So like I'll go and I'll order something, and then like I'll cook it with my family. You know,
And
I
this
lo-
one not bad. This one is crunchy.
this is really great.
I
I'm
don't
glad
eat
you
this
recommend it.
often. Yeah, I guess I only have tried this like less than 5 times. But this one I have more than 10 times.
I also really love to cook. I cook at home all the time.
Is there any specific cuisine you are good at? Or you?
You know, can I tell you about something I've been making a lot lately, and you can tell me honestly what you think?
Yeah.
So, I think this is a Chinese style food. I could be wrong. I saw some videos online, and so it's like kind of a hot pot, and it's taking like cabbage,
Yeah.
and like separating all the leaves,
Yeah.
and then like thin sliced beef, kind of like an eye
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
And then you put it on the cabbage,
Yeah.
and then you put another piece of cabbage, and then you put meat and
Yeah.
cabbage, like almost like a
Sandwich,
lasagna.
Lasagna with the cabbage.
Yeah,
leaves.
and then you put it in a clay pot
Yeah.
with soup, and then you simmer it, and then you like eat the soup with the cooked cabbage
That
and the
sounds
meat.
like more Korean.
It does? Well,
Sounds like more
it's
Korean.
been like my favorite thing to eat all week. I've made it like 4 times, and it's so simple. And I have like all these random condiments to make the broth with, so it's really easy. Mm-hmm.
MC skill. The Chinese food is, for me, involves a lot of like work, the raw
Mhm.
thing, the work. That's typical of Chinese. It's like for me, actually, I've never been in a restaurant business. Never, I even did not know how to cook like before I had a restaurant. So it was really naive. So,
Oh my god.
silly.
Well, it worked out.
Yeah, but over the last 11 years, I learned little by little.
Mhm.
And I found out I have a little bit theory.
Okay.
Like the Chinese cooking is like the wok is a big mixer actually.
Okay.
It's totally a big mixer plus hot heating,
Yeah.
the direct heating beneath,
Mhm.
and it's super hot, like maybe 200 degrees or 300 degrees Celsius.
Always
Like-
super hot.
That's why that separates good chefs and the good cooks and the bad cooks.
Okay.
And I guess the temperature of the wok is very, very. I guess one of the
I'm gonna
3
remember
fundamental.
that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. You need to always know it's a guesswork, right? You have to guess, like
Mhm.
by looking, you're not using your hand to feel,
Mhm.
and also you don't have a thermometer to try to see,
Mhm.
and so everything is guesswork.
I've never liked using a thermometer, even when it comes to things that are cooking in an oven or in a barbecue. I just find that they're never accurate.
But the Chinese cooking, the wok, everything around the wok is very hot sometimes. So you need to see like the oil, what temperature, and then when you put some ingredients, if it's green, like green onion, for example,
Mhm.
and how long it can stay there,
Mhm.
and what stage you put there. Usually, spring onion, you put the last second,
Mhm.
and without any heat underneath, without any fire on.
Do you find that lemon is the same? Because I'll find I squeeze lemon in a lot of my food, and I've heard that if you squeeze it too early, the flavor
Yeah,
will
it's
just
the go. Yeah,
disappear.
it's evaporate because
Yeah.
of the heat. So the vinegar as well. Vinegar the same way is the last second thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also the work itself, the design is really a genius design because it's a great at mixing. So you have the spade or spectacular thing, and you just create a little bit movement. It's kind of flip around. And it's great mixing. That's the whole thing. Like you doing the salad thing, you have to use two hands, and then you have the tones to do that.
Yeah.
But then you have one for the work you only the handle, and then you have what is that called, spatula?
A spatula?
A spatula?
Yeah.
Only one
Usually, I find when I see people using woks, they have kind of like a metal spoon.
Yeah, metal is a ladle. What?
A ladle.
Yeah, ladle.
Yeah,
but
a
it's
ladle.
It's a long hand ladle, and then but then you
Like
create
a-
the movement is opposite movement. So you slide the wok like this way forward, and you pull back the ladle, big ladle,
Okay.
and then so that create more stirring. And then when you pull back, and then you can create another movement. So just the coordination both hands.
And it moves everything around and
Yeah.
makes everything nice and evenly distributed.
It's crazy.
It's genius.
Yeah, it's genius. That's why I say it's the Chinese cooking basically fundamental is a mixing. Mixing plus heating. That's all.
Okay.
Right.
Good to know.
Yeah, you put some sauce like at the beginning or the middle, what kind of sauce you put there, and that creates the difference. The nuance is there. If some people put it too early for the vinegar, with the hot heating, the hot like the wok, it evaporate right away, so you don't taste any the vinegar.
Okay.
So you have to know some stuff maybe a little bit early, some a little bit late, and some stuff like the fava paste. We have fava paste, that little thing, the twice cooked, you have to use that one. If you put it late, doesn't bring out the flavor. So you
Okay.
have to put the very beginning
You have to put it early.
Yeah.
Okay.
to get the flavor out, and also
Is
color.
that all bean paste? Like if I were to use black bean paste?
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, the fava paste is a very special for Sichuan area.
I
So-
would really like to try these
Sichuan
potatoes.
is cold already. So
That's okay.
also it will bring out the color.
Mm-hmm.
Change the colors. So some like for this one or this one, sometimes the color doesn't matter that much, but some dishes you have to have great color. So the color is coming from that process.
Okay.
Or even sugar, they put the sugar at the beginning, so sugar gonna turn into brown, so give you extra coloring. So that's like people if they tell you only this, you don't have experience or a little bit, and you just go straight ahead with the mixing and the heating.
Yeah.
So it still can eat, but it's not.
It's not going to be as beautiful and as vibrant. Yeah, no, cooking is complicated. I really like it though.
Now I am forced to like it. I'm kind of
You don't like it
at the beginning.
naturally? No. Well, I think I love cooking at home. I don't know how I would do cooking in a restaurant. I don't know if I could handle the pressure. It's got Szechuan pepper. It's really good. It's not cold.
About 10 minutes, I guess. I guess this is the potato I put on my online menu 10 years ago. I said salute the potato. I put the potato julienne at the end. I put a salute potato. The potato is really universal, and also we can do a lot of dishes with potato.
Yeah. Potatoes are incredibly versatile. It's very crunchy.
I guess one of the requirements, if you don't mess it up, you have to be crunchy.
Yep. Yeah, how do you get it to be like that?
You have to go through hot water very quick, boiling water very quick,
Okay,
for
so
like
it's
a few
like
seconds.
blanching it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I guess if you want to test some like cooking test, the basic test is gonna be cooking this one, I guess, to cook the potato julienne, and also there's a fried rice.
fried rice, I feel like is something that seems very simple, but there's really just like one really proper way to make it, and it's very time consuming. You need the right
Yes.
condiments.
You know, I never cooked before. So even when I had restaurant, I was working IT. So I never
Mhm.
cooked. But the pandemic began. So I
Mhm.
had to stay in the restaurant because you cannot hire people. That
Yeah.
time was bad, very bad for small business.
Yeah, it was.
So even you want to hire people, nobody want to work because they
Mhm.
get the money or something. They want to stay home safe.
Hmm.
So I had to. I was laid off by IT job at the beginning of pandemic also, and then the same time I had to help in the kitchen. So I started learning how to cook fried rice.
So wait, you owned and ran a restaurant and worked in IT?
Yeah. For
That is crazy.
no, I was.
That's amazing.
No, actually, it's playing safe, serious financially.
Yeah.
I had a stable income, so.
No, that's very smart. Wow.
I
That
just,
sounds like a lot of work.
it is. After work, 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
I always went right back to the restaurant to
Mhm.
help in the kitchen. So I did not learn to cook, but I was helping the chef, the
Mhm.
cooks in the. I prepare, for example, what do you need for this dish? I put in the mixer, put
Mhm.
it there, and then doing that stuff, prep work.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So almost every day after work I go to restaurant. Also plus the weekend.
Mhm.
So that's how you play safe financially.
It's a lot of work.
A lot, but
Mhm.
over time once the restaurant is running stable,
Mhm.
running okay, so it's fine. There's one time was pretty happy, so I have stable income and the
Mhm.
restaurant was doing okay.
And your wife is happy. I hope. Whoa.
So this is a new one, but try this one. This one,
Thank you. Okay.
this one is special. That's why we at the before pandemic we had this dish, but then we canceled because it takes too much work in the kitchen.
Okay.
So this new dish, we can even on the menu we only allow for the people to order in when they eat inside, not for delivery or takeout.
Okay.
Try this. It's supposed to be very crispy and tender inside. It's a snack food. You don't eat rice with it. It's
No.
snack.
It's like popcorn.
Yeah. It's pork. Pop.
Pork corn. Oh my goodness. What kind of flour did you say?
It's a
Cornstarch?
potato.
Potato?
Yeah. Potato starch.
Wow. I've had something similar to this before, but this is way better.
I don't know the theory, but we use potato starch
Mhm.
for this, and now we have corn starch as well. For what I don't know. When we batter, I don't know why do they do that.
Mhm.
And we have another one called another starch could be a good mix, but it's super expensive.
Mhm.
A regular bag costs twice of the price of the potato. Potato starch is a little bit more expensive than corn starch, I believe. But another kind of stuff is way more expensive.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, this one's
Yeah,
just nice.
it has like a really sweet kind of honey undertone.
And you have a little bit sauce. So
Mhm.
that's the syrup.
Mhm.
And you melt the sugar.
Okay.
And you have supposed to be very
Thank you.
the vinegar flavor. We put a lot of white vinegar in the sauce.
Wow.
It's called sweet and sour, super sweet, super sour,
Mhm.
crispy pork. So
It's
there's
really
nothing
good.
wrong with it. So the name translates really well.
Mhm.
So that's all the characters.
I went to a sushi restaurant in Toronto, and they had karaage, like Korean fried chicken, on the menu. And so we ordered it, and we got something like this, but with chicken in it, and we were very confused because it was just not what we were expecting.
Why is Korean restaurant those chickens so popular now? The fried chicken.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But like, I really do think that it was misleading because when you think of the Korean fried chicken, you have it's kind of like that, like dark brown, crispy color. You know, like it would look more similar to like a southern style fried chicken. I don't know why it's so popular. There's definitely a distinct flavor in the actual seasoning that they use.
Yeah, I guess put a lot of in the when they batter that thing, like I guess the wet dough, right? Or the how do you say it? It's like
it might be dry and wet, but it's the Korean flavors that they use in the coating that make it so different.
Before we cancel this dish, we had a lot of Korean customers like this one. A lot of them.
Oh well.
One time, I know some of them. They said, why didn't you do it? Stop doing it. Yeah.
That was a really good voice you just did.
Yeah. So we have to, because it took too much time, like to prepare, so stop the flow, So that's why this time we bring the bag, but we have to limit it to eating side.
Okay.
It's not bad, huh?
It's really good. It's really good. I like how sweet it is. And not sour sweet.
The Chinese name is very crazy. It's called the guobao rou. It's translated to wok wrapping meat. I don't know why it's called a wok wrapping.
Wok ripened meat?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Chinese, there's the northeast, how to say, most northern province in China, Kodes, connect to Russia. That province, they said on the Wikipedia, they said that's the only cuisine they invented.
That's the only thing they've invented?
Yeah, famous one. They invented this one.
Interesting. And it's right next to Russia.
Yeah, because there's a chef who went to Beijing. There's another version of similar things in Beijing.
Would you make this with fish ever?
No.
Why not?
I guess the texture of the meat is good. You think that would be famous, successful?
I think you already have fish dishes on the menu.
There's one restaurant called the Fish Chips.
Yeah.
They do that. I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have a big, like thick.
One big piece of fish? Yeah. I love fish and chips too.
It's called the Fish Chips, right?
It's like
a British one. No, there's a restaurant, they have franchise at 2 or 3. Even there's on the Missing Nerve, I believe, that one.
I don't think I've been there. I don't know if I've seen it, but
this big, like a hand size.
It's like a hand size. Yeah. No, I do love fish and chips.
So, yeah, they do this kind of, but it's so different. That one you have to have a lot of dipping sauce or something to go with it.
I think my favorite that I've had, it's between these two. These two, it's one of these two are my favorite of the day. This is very good. This is really good. The potatoes are really good too. But I think these two are tied for my favorite.
Yeah. You are not a pork person. If you're a pork person.
I'm an everything person. I love all the foods. But I think just because I like hot food, and this is very hot and it's rich in sauce, so I feel like there's sauce I can put on the rice to have it. So it's like, it makes the rice more flavorful too. And I think I just really like this style of fish. So with this kind of batter on fish, even no matter what the sauce is, I'm probably going to like it. I really love Hakka style fish fillet. So that kind of like Indo-Chinese like flavors on the fried fish fillets is one of my absolute favorites. May I please have some more?
You can take all of it. I'll take this plate. You take up each. I take up this plate.
Okay, perfect.
You want to get one, otherwise too
Oh,
much.
yeah, I'll definitely have a little bit more. You said I could take some. Oh no,
You can take one.
I would absolutely love. to
Actually, you
take
can
some
order
home.
some extra dish to go home also.
That's
You
crazy.
are the big guest,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
No, it's actually
That's
costs nothing for us.
So
Seriously.
that's crazy. Well, you know, I have to. So I'm going to Vancouver tomorrow. So maybe it would be nice if I could
Bring on
share
the
some of the
plane.
food with.
Bring on the-
Show Vancouver what
Yeah,
Montreal has to offer. Well, I was thinking I could share it with my friends before we
Oh,
go on the plane.
Don't show to Vancouver. They have much better Chinese food than here.
Do you have any places you can recommend that I go to when I go?
Any one of them, I guess.
Any one of them? I think.
Yeah, they're much better.
Do you think their food's better than yours?
Yeah, a lot better. Seriously, yeah, a lot better. I
Okay.
told you we are a
We
little bit above average. That's my theory.
This place is yeah.
I always say I give out of 10 probably I give you 6.5, 6.3 to
Mhm.
6.5.
I think you're definitely one of the best Chinese restaurants in Montreal. I think Montreal has not the most amazing Chinese food. It's a lot of very kind of like tourist Chinese food, the very, very Western, same menu. I got into a not a fight at one of the Chinese restaurants in Chinatown, but they kicked me out.
Why?
Do you want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was with.
Are you Rosie O'Donnell?
I'm Rosie O'Donnell in this story for sure. So I was going to a restaurant with my friend who they do the Fringe Festival. You know this festival?
Okay.
It's like a theater festival. It's like small plays all over Montreal for like 2 or 3 weeks. And so they're a stand-up comedian as well. So I was directing the show. So I was part of the show and we were hanging out and we were going to go and get something to eat. And they have not an allergy to mushrooms, but they can't eat them. And they might have an allergy. It's like undiagnosed.
Yeah.
So we ordered a coriander soup, beef and coriander soup.
Yeah.
And it arrived and it had mushrooms in it. And we also didn't like it. Like it was like a clear soup with the green coriander and mushrooms and beef. Is this something you would enjoy? Because to me it had like no flavor and it was very didn't have a pleasant texture.
But sometimes some soup we call the qingtang soup. Some it's called clear soup. So it could be that thing. Qingtang soup.
That's definitely what it was. But we didn't really like it. And so we asked. And I also said, well, they're allergic to mushrooms. And we didn't know there were mushrooms. Is there any way we can replace these with the wonton soup? It sounded really good. And it was 2 servers that were looking after us. One of them was a much younger guy, and he spoke like very fluent in English. And the other one he was much older. And I went to ask him a question. I went to ask him about one of the dishes. It was a pork dish, and I said, "How is this dish prepared? Is it braised? Like, is it like a slow cook? Is it fried?" He just said it was sliced, and I was like, "That doesn't tell me very much." But we ordered it, and we were just like, whatever shows up, I guess we'll eat it. But then we did like the soup, and so the young server went back to check if we could replace it, and then he came back with the soup.
Yeah.
Like, he said he was just going to check, but he came back straight up with the soup, and we were like, "Oh, okay. Are we going to be charged for these?" He's like, "Yes." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, if we're going to be charged for them, we don't really want them." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Are you just going to throw those away?" And he was like, "I think so." And I was like, I was embarrassed, because I just wanted him to check. I didn't think he was going to bring this food and like waste it. And so I was kind of flustered at that point. We were uncomfortable because we felt like we were being difficult when we were just like trying to ask questions. So I said, "You know what, actually, can we just cancel our food and we'll pay for this soup that we got and we're just going to go." So like, we're just going to go somewhere where, we're going to be brought food that we know what we're getting. And so they came and he tried to charge me for the whole meal. Like it was like $40. And I was like, no, please, like we canceled our order. We just want to pay for the mushroom coriander soup and the beef coriander soup. And the guy started screaming at me. He started screaming at me.
How is the food already brought to you, or?
Well, no. There was no, we only had soup. And the soups were like $6 each.
Yeah.
And so they didn't bring it. So I literally just said, like, please just cancel the other food. We're just going to pay for the soups and we want to go. Tried to charge me for the whole thing. I said, we're not going to pay for food that we canceled. Like, please just let us pay for the soups. And then I had like the change out. I was just going to pay for them. And then he yelled at me because he wanted a tip. I said, I'm not tipping, please. Just let me leave. Just let us pay for pay for this and leave. And then he's like, you're never allowed back. And I was like, I don't want to come back. I don't like the food here. And it was really like, it was just so dramatic. And like, it was, I already was apprehensive about the restaurant, but it was the only place that was open. But I was, they were like, you can't come back. I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to worry about me coming back because I don't know. Like, what do you do when you sit down and you don't really understand the menu? And then you can't communicate with the staff on what is, you know, to make you understand what you're ordering.
That's why I make videos to explain every dish.
Exactly.
And also I have some customers, you know, it's one time we have the customer order the spicy diced chicken, the one I told you at the beginning. So it's deep fried.
Mm-hmm.
It's very dry.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy ordered already everything. We bring the food to him, and then he said, I don't eat deep fried food.
Okay, that guy, no, you're paying for that.
No, we did not ask him to pay.
You
so,
didn't?
Yeah, no.
That's very kind of you.
You don't want to ruin the customers. You know, they pay money for nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and a bad mood also. For the restaurant,
I think you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, the cost of the food is not that crazy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not big deal. Really.
I had an opposite experience at this other restaurant. They yelled at me for like everything. It was really bad.
But usually you have nice customers as well. For example, like we have Thai fried rice. You can
Mm-hmm.
choose beef, chicken, or shrimp or vegetable on it.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, the table asked for beef, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It happened yesterday actually.
Mm-hmm.
For Thai fried rice with beef. But
Mm-hmm.
somehow, when I was in the kitchen prepare that dish.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I read it chicken somehow.
Okay.
So I put Thai fried rice chicken. So when I brought back, I realized already. I asked the table like,
Mm-hmm.
I know you ordered with beef, but right now it's chicken. Do you want me to bring back to remake another one after? You know, they said it's okay. You know, most of the time it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some good customer they said you don't want to waste another plate. Let's
Mm-hmm.
cook another plate. So for them, it's chicken beef with the fried rice, not big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So it happened several times for me. So
It happens in restaurants, you know.
yeah, good customers they know you don't have to waste food.
Mm-hmm.
It's not big difference.
But that was another thing. Like the guy said he would check if they could replace it, and then he brought food that they admitted was going to get wasted.
But that's
to make us feel bad. Like, it was really weird.
That soup is the same soup you said no good or something.
No, well, we ordered the beef and coriander one.
Yeah. You had that one already to you, right, brother?
Yeah, and we tasted it. I didn't like it. And like some restaurants, if you really don't like something, as soon as you taste it, they will offer something else for free.
Yeah.
I didn't mind. Like, I was willing to talk about it. You know, I was hoping that they would do it for free. And I felt bad that, like, I didn't like the soup, that the first soup would go to waste. But for them to just, like, if they came back and said, no, we would have to charge you, I'd say, okay, then don't bring it. Then, like, we'll just move on to our next course. You know, we'll just eat whatever comes next. And that would be disappointing, too. Like, I'd be disappointed if I couldn't have the food replaced with something I'd rather have. But, you know, I can accept it.
But usually
you don't get everything you want, you know?
But restaurant, they usually, if it takes a lot of time to cook that food, they don't want to replace if nothing wrong with the food. Most time, yeah.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
But sometimes I would say probably I'm gonna replace it.
Well, also my friend was allergic to mushrooms. It didn't say mushrooms on the menu, and they were like, "Well, you should have told us that you're allergic to mushrooms." Not everyone wants to just sit and talk about what they're allergic to, in the off chance that it happens to be in one of the things. I don't know.
But what is going on with all the allergies? People are like allergic to many things now.
Mhm.
Crazy.
I don't know. My boyfriend has a lot of allergies, and he's from Lebanon, so he's not like a white guy from Canada, you know. If I told you, oh, I have a bunch of allergies, you'd be like, yeah, you're just like a weak
But I
Caucasian
think
lady.
some of the allergies you can tough it out, I guess.
No, he'll go to the hospital. He ate a cashew like 2 years ago, and his lungs collapsed. So he can't.
I always have a crazy theory. It's
Mhm.
really silly.
Mhm.
Could be a little bit offensive to some people too.
Can't wait to hear it.
But imagine you are in a starving situation, poor village, have nothing,
Mhm.
and you kind of born to be that poor. I don't think you have any allergies. Any food in front of you, you're gonna save your life.
Nope. I don't think that's the case. Because
You know why?
why?
I grew up in a poor village,
Mhm.
and in my whole life, we have maybe 500 people from village who are like crazy.
Mhm.
We never saw any allergies at all for all those people.
Mhm.
And when you go to city or anywhere,
Mhm.
and you have problems, but we never had any issue with all those kind of this word never came up with me before I was 18 years old.
Mhm. But maybe people were allergic to the food and they didn't want to say anything because they thought someone might judge
That's
them.
why you can tough it out, because nobody died of the thing.
Mhm.
And we have very little food. We have a tough time.
Mhm.
So anything, we eat everything.
Yeah.
And we have no issues with any food. As long as you have calories or
Mhm.
nutrition,
Yeah.
anything is fine.
Mhm.
No, nothing. And even the C-section,
Mhm.
in the whole village, a lot of years I spent in the village,
Mhm.
we never had any C-section.
Mhm.
But in China today, I guess more than 60% newborn is through C-sections.
It's because it's faster. That's like
Yeah.
why hospitals do C-sections. Sometimes it's for emergency purposes. But I want to go back to the allergy thing though, because I have some input. So like yeah, my boyfriend is from Lebanon. You know, third world country. Also
maybe
from
the city. Is that city or?
Lebanon's a country, and then you have
No, I
Beirut.
mean it's a big city in the Lebanon, or like
Nope.
maybe
small city. It is a city,
Yeah.
but it's not a big one, and it's not a rich one. You know, Beirut is the capital. But no, this is a small city in the south of Lebanon, and so he's allergic to a lot of the foods he ate growing up. So like pistachios, cashews, lentils,
Oh, that's the best pistachio.
walnuts. So his mom would be cooking and feeding the family, and he would go like, I don't want to eat lentils because they make it hard for me to breathe. And she would tell him, you're just being picky, because she kind of like didn't believe in allergies, you know?
It's me, like me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what I'm
Non-believer.
trying to tell
We're
you
non-believer.
is that
Vaccine
maybe
denier.
I don't want to get into that, okay?
This guy believes nothing.
But like there could have been kids in your village that were eating like certain foods, but also like there's not a lot of allergens in Chinese food.
Maybe
there's peanuts and
maybe
like
you
nuts,
grew up
but
in
like
a farm that you're close to nature all the time, all the
Mhm.
working on with all the plants. Probably that helps as well. It's the immune system, I guess. Right now, if you work with a lot of dirt,
Mhm.
that's why there's a baby. There's a theory like babies, they play with dogs, they
Yeah.
get better immune system.
Mhm.
So they grab things, put it in their mouth.
But allergies work the opposite. The more you're exposed, the worse your body reacts. So if you're allergic to cashews and you never eat cashews, if you have one, it's probably not going to be a big deal. You're probably going to have hives or this or that. But if you're eating cashews all the time, and then so I get stung. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yes, I catch them by hand. Seriously. When I was growing up, like
Oh my god!
springtime, so there are a lot of those flowers.
My
You know,
microphone fell on the
It's
ground.
still, yeah,
Is it working?
yeah, still,
Okay.
Yeah. Seriously, I got a lot of bees. Like they were.
Does it get worse though over time?
It's we were I was very poor, so we see them on flower, so we try to wrap them with hand, but we know they're gonna sting us. So we try to find anything like a piece of paper, scrap of paper, or
To try to protect your
protect a
hand.
little bit, and then we grab them. Sometimes like when you live in a poor place,
You
there's
need something to do.
no a good piece of paper, no good piece of plastic. So just like a tiny. So even the plastic is ripping off from somewhere. It's really dirty plastic
Yeah.
sheet. So a little bit. So we got stung many times. The wasp is the worst.
Yeah.
The wasp is really
But do you find that every single time your hand swells up a little bit bigger?
no.
No? Okay, well then my point is destroyed.
I just play with them. We caught too many of them.
You're fine.
Bare hands.
Wow. Well, you're not allergic to anything. You're
Yeah.
good. That's
Tough.
so.
That's why I say tough it out. When I was when I still remember when I was 6-7 years old.
Okay.
Like when we had a headache, we never go to hospital. We have headache, we use stick to hit it, and several times better. And if you have unresting stomach,
Uh-huh.
we do a stance like that, like
Okay.
a martial art, like kung fu. You see kung fu, they do we call it's a little bit like that stance.
Mhm.
So you have lower your chi, to your stomach
Okay.
to press that.
Okay.
It's like the unrest in your stomach is gone.
Okay.
So when you have stomach ache and do that kung fu thing, things settle.
Yeah.
And then the headache stick.
You might be onto something. I think
That's
I'm
really
gonna
tough.
hit myself with a stick the next time I get a headache.
The migraine. I've
Okay.
never heard of migraine. Never before. But in the city, they say, "Oh, I have
I
migraine."
get migraines.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
get them, but they're really bad.
Yeah.
But not for long. When I get my stick.
Yeah. Even my wife said here, why do you worry about things we get? I guess it's more from
I think
worrying,
you just have the best. I think you just have the best genetics.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We're
no, it
tough.
sounds like it. It sounds like you're invincible.
Yeah, we just tough it out.
Nothing will kill
When
you.
I was watching the kung fu movie when I was very young, everybody with a sandbag. As I told you, we don't have a good cloth, so we just grab any scrap cloth, we stitch them together, put the sand in, and wrap around the calf,
And
and,
then-
we rub it like the same. That's the only thing we can get. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. You know what? You're onto something.
I know.
You got to write a book.
The wasp is really the forehead, like here. The wasp they get like an egg. It's sweating like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another. You have to believe in the nature. There's some grass. It's not grass, even kind of weed or something growing along with the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the leaf is a little bit fatty, like it's like aloe. The
Aloe?
aloe.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit thick, right? The
Mhm.
leaf is like that. When
Mhm.
every time you get stung by a wasp,
You put the
you
aloe
can
on
rub
it.
it. Yeah, you can rub it. That's magical.
Yeah,
It
it's
helps.
true. A lot of people sell products now that are like aloe jelly. So if you have a sunburn, you can
It
buy
is-
it, but you don't need to buy it. Just use the plant.
Near our house is the wild. It's not aloe at all. It's
No?
not at all. It's just we know that thing.
Yeah.
It's growing like we just stamp on them.
Yeah.
Like every time seriously. But when we get stung by wasp, that's our rescue. Yeah. The parents
Yeah.
won't take care of you. The
I-
parents they say you go
I
away.
hate getting stung by
Yeah.
wasps. I've been stung by I think 4 wasps.
We deserve that. We deserve
We
that.
deserve it. You're
Yeah.
right. I agree
Because
with
they
you.
have a hive. We
Mhm.
kind of, the worst thing we use. Anyway, we can grab find the old piece of plastic. We
Mhm.
grab a mud,
Mhm.
and then the whole mud with the plastic, and then kind of
So you're just like beating them.
yeah,
up.
the
Oh my
whole thing
God.
that before they react, before
Yeah.
they fly away, we get the whole every one of them. So we're really bad guys.
Yeah,
sometimes-
you guys are evil.
Yeah, it's really evil. And then we use a long stick to hit them. If it's very high, we cannot reach with that technique.
So you
right?
need a stick.
Yeah, we use.
And it's the same stick you use when you have a headache.
No.
No,
but that
different
has to be
sticks?
long.
Oh, okay.
Because it's high. Otherwise, we use the
Oh,
best technique. The best technique with the mud.
Okay.
The mud are gonna kill
With the
all
mud.
before they can get away.
Okay.
So if you use a long stick, they're high enough, so you cannot reach. You use a long stick to get them, knock them down, and then they can chase you. You run away, and then they're gonna chase you, and you get a stung.
Yep.
And you deserve that.
You deserve it.
But then it's not big deal. And you rub with the magic
the
foam.
aloe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And we got a lot of time. A lot. So we get one here, sometimes on the hand.
Yeah.
So you see like.
It hurts though, don't you find it hurts?
That's how you get tough.
That's how you get tough. You get stung by some bees. Have you ever seen the movie Candyman?
No.
It's like the bad guy in Candyman is a guy who has like a hook for a hand and he's covered in bees. Yeah, and the actor got stung like he basically made a deal with the movie where every time he got stung he'd get $1,000. He got like $36,000.
Recently, what I watched recently on Netflix, I watched The Tiger King.
You like that show?
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watched that too?
Of course.
This is
Pandemic
yeah,
show.
2 seasons.
I watched everything Tiger King that they put out.
Probably
It was
he's gonna be free right now. He's a retrial, right?
I have no idea.
There's
I should check.
at the last episode, the second season, the last one is like I guess 2022, I believe. Yeah, or 23. So they had a new stuff, the drama thing. So they have set a new trial. The retrial probably gonna set him free.
You think they're gonna set him free?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to meet him?
No. But it's crazy, and then they have a real footage of they going to for like January 6th also. They did went there.
Yeah.
They did go there. It's crazy. These
crazy.
people a lot of try to help him. A lot of people try to get him out.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like a lot of crazy people like for regular folks. That's crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah, crazy life. And a lot of stuff he did was wrong.
Yes, he's a crazy person. I don't want to meet him.
Yeah,
but he's funny. Like I'll give him that. He's like a wild, funny, entertaining
but you see the
man.
comedians, they're supposed to accept a wider range of things, right? Because you make fun of yourself, you make fun of some people. So I find it's more accepting for, when I was, the reason I like comedy is because I don't tell jokes at all. I'm English bad or something. I don't want to be public at all, but I really enjoy the comedy because even when I was young, I was mocking myself as well as a mechanism to cope with the difficulties. So you have to be able to mock yourself.
You do. You can't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable. And
you can't do that.
Yeah, you always have a lot of difficulties, troubles in your life. That's why I see I watch a lot of that stuff. I enjoy even the Kill Tony is the best. It's cool. It is what is that called? The improvise, right? That capability is not very common to a lot of people. Yeah, like some people like the crowd work and then that thing is unique. But some people when they shoot the special, they prepare for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's like every minute, every second they plan. But when you do the improvising thing, it's very, very it's your like pure talent. That's kind of very pure.
That's why I like hosting, because for me, I don't really enjoy. I like writing material, but what I really have fun doing is talking to the audience. So I've been trying to do more hosting shows. It's been a lot of fun.
Hosting what kind
like
of
the
events?
MC. So I've hosted like a lot of comedy where it's just comedians. But lately I've been doing a lot of variety shows and it's a lot of dance.
Okay.
So it's people who put on these big shows where there's like burlesque and there's like pole and
What is
there's
the
like
burlesque?
burlesque
Is
is
that still
awesome.
popular?
It's so popular.
Is that age range also age limit, right? There's age limit for that thing. It looks
Well,
like
I mean, a bar has an age limit, so even if you're a
Burlesque.
comedian, you can't really perform in a venue. Like, you might not be allowed in a venue unless you're 19 and older. Or 18 and older, sorry. Because I forgot we're in Quebec. So, yeah, like, you can't be... I would be uncomfortable with a 17-year-old doing burlesque for sure. But pop stars on TV are like 17 sometimes, and they're wearing way crazier outfits than like the burlesque people. But yeah, usually it's like 18 and over. But most people who do burlesque are like 30. They're like my age.
But do you need to prepare a lot before the hosting?
I don't do burlesque. I just do the talking and kind of like.
But you need to know the story of the event, and then some people get their important have to mention all their stories or their background, or you can make fun of them.
Yeah, but like that kind of is really quick to memorize, especially if I'm working with the same people a lot. So I know them, right? So I can just I can use what information I already know. If I meet new people, I just ask them a couple questions. And do you have to prepare a lot when you have guests on your show?
Not at all. I want to
there
be
we
natural.
Go.
That's why it's not good.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
you
good.
tell jokes. What are you talking about?
I don't want to be good. I want to be natural. Seriously, that's my philosophy. Even I don't want to. A lot of people saying you can do a lot of crazy things to get more attention, but I always say like I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not.
Yeah,
because
that's good too. That's a good way to be.
Yeah, it's no use for me. I want to be natural because like you learn. I always learn. I spend a lot of time learning English, so I always learn.
You always got to learn. Well, I feel the same way when I host. I want to be natural. I remember the things that I have to, and if I feel like I'm going to forget someone's name, if I have to thank all the staff, I write everything down. And then I wait till the end of the show. I even don't care what I look about, how I look in front of camera. Yeah.
It's just otherwise. Some people say when I was young, if I put a makeup on to take care, I could be a pretty boy. My cousin told me, yeah, you look pretty good. Really? Yeah. If I
that's a
good
cousin.
If I go to South Korean, they change you.
They do. They get plastic surgery very early on. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I would be like very anxious for that pressure to have plastic surgery.
They say all the girls from South Korea, they look the same.
Yeah.
Oh, are you from serial number? This model serial number.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Oh, this hospital, that line. There's maybe only 5 lines.
But even the makeup is the same. It's like very natural, but like too perfect,
There's a group called 17. Like yesterday, I saw like a kind of the member of the 17. I showed my picture. This girl in the band. I said no. But then the guy looks exactly like a girl, a pretty girl.
Pretty girl. Could have been you.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, do you like what young comedian very good right now in the United States? I find one very crazy.
Who?
It's called Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, I know Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, that guy is crazy.
You like him?
Yeah,
he's so hit or miss. Like he's so I'll say he's so funny, but he seems like a little very cocky. Big ego.
But I always say if you are super successful, you're always crazy. There's no exception.
Yeah.
Every people on the top of the line, always crazy people by nature. If you're not crazy, or you can pretend to be that crazy, that's a talent as well.
Yeah.
If you're not crazy, but you pretend to be acting crazy.
Yeah. That's a talent.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a talent. Because like for the YouTube, a lot of people doing YouTube videos, or you have to be crazy or pretend to be crazy. Andrew Schultz is I guess he had the latest special called Infamous. Is that crazy good?
You liked it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
You have 20 million on the YouTube.
That makes sense.
More than 20 million. That guy is crazy. But some people are gonna find it too offensive. Some people, it's like their stuff is offensive to some people.
I think a lot of people feel that way about him.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like indifferent, like I think he's really funny and I like him, but
some people only offensive, right? Not that
much,
not that funny. Anyway. But some people getting famous by being offensive.
Do you like Anthony Jeselnik?
No.
You don't?
No, maybe
you don't know him?
No, maybe the too
you might
offensive.
like him. He's considered very offensive, but everything is obviously a joke. There's no like, oh, does he mean it? It's like, because it's all misdirections and it's all like he's playing on the worst thing you can think. You know,
Yeah,
you should give him a try because he's very
Anthony-
clever. Anthony Jeselnik. I'll write it down for you.
Another guy is what is the young, good-looking guy? Is the womanizer or something?
Matt Rife.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I told you I'm really bad at names. I know.
I got you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know who
I
you're talking
cannot
about.
remember names, but I watched several. I even watched his special with on the Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really good with crowd.
He's
And
very good at
they
crowd
said a
work.
lot of women like him,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Womanizer.
Yeah, the thing is, the reason people were mad at him is because he started off one of his specials with like a joke about hitting women.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what everybody does.
And he's
Like,
good-looking,
it's
young.
like, yeah. I mean, I think he's.
No.
I didn't watch that special because like I don't really watch that many specials. It really depends. But like I don't know. There's lots of like things that like I've heard him on podcasts and whatnot, and I was surprised by how funny he was because
Yeah,
I
but
just
he's
thought,
supposed to be loved. Is you see, this guy's no danger to nobody, right? His
Mhm.
look or his behavior.
I don't even think he's good looking. I think he's kind of weird looking. He's
Yeah,
got like
weird.
a very angular face. You know, it's like a lot of cheeks and a lot of jaw. But like, yeah, I don't know.
It's a non-danger, non like threat people. You see, like from. Is it offensive to? What did he offend?
He's a
to?
womanizer. He's like 20. Like,
Yeah. That's why I said womanizer is bad.
yeah, I don't know. He's just like a young kid who's really rich and famous. Like, I don't know what people expect.
But he was growing up rich, or
I don't know. I don't really know, but he's rich now because he's.
must be very. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If the name reached to me,
Yeah.
pretty big name.
Yeah. For sure.
It's very. Andrew Schultz is very impressive, but as I said, I'm accepting really wide range.
Mm-hmm.
The extreme, both ends, everywhere. Extreme, by all directions.
Mhm.
I just take a look. It's not bad. I'm not easily being offended.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. You're like you're not even offended by bee stings.
yeah, no, not at all. I
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Yeah, you love
I
it.
got too many of them.
Do you still catch bees? You should try it. Come on.
Actually, last time I showed my daughter, she was impressed. Yeah, last time.
Is she doing it now?
No,
Is she
she's
catching bees?
scared. She's only 12. I showed him when she was 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
She was really scared.
Yeah.
It's not, she was scared of spider. We put a spider on our everywhere.
Oh
That's
my
why.
god.
That's why the people. You have to be tough. When
Oh
you,
my god.
when you grew up in a poor village,
Yeah.
you're gonna be tough.
Mhm.
And you know the toad. We
Yeah,
put
I
the
love
toad in.
toads.
We put the toad in our mouth.
Okay.
You know the difference between a frog and a toad is
How it
the
tastes?
no, it's the clothes. They're wearing pretty clothes for the frogs.
Yeah.
And toad is actually clothes or the rugs. But the good things for the toads, they don't jump fast.
Okay, so you can
slow
catch
moving,
them.
yeah, you can grab them.
Did you kill them?
No, never.
Oh, thank God.
We never.
Oh, okay.
The family
Poor
are good. Your parents are gonna beat you to death
Okay,
if
good.
you kill those animals,
Good.
innocent animals.
Yeah.
Because they eat bugs.
Yeah. We need them.
Yeah, we really need them.
I'm really afraid of spiders.
I saved.
They're so scary.
Yeah. I saved several frogs from snakes.
Oh,
Literally.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I like snakes too.
I kill a lot of snakes.
Oh my God, why?
In the village, we kill a lot of snakes. We hate them. They hate us. We have
Yeah, because you're killing them all the time.
no the snake. Our snakes like non-poison at all. It's
Mhm.
only this long,
Okay.
but it's scary. It's
I
like-
like them.
and every time when we run, it's also if you see them in the grass, you're gonna be really scared because it's surprise. You just barefoot.
Yeah.
Remember, we did not have shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Most time we were walking barefoot,
Mm-hmm.
so you almost step on them barefoot. They're gonna easily that's why you hate
Scare
them.
you?
Yeah.
No,
And
I
you
don't
would-
know. I'm not scared of them, so I would just be like, oops.
Encounter
Move out of
like
the way.
between snake and person.
Mhm.
Usually we run both like opposite directions.
Run away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
each other. Okay, good.
But sometimes we have
For
to
snakes.
save a frog. They eat frog like crazy. We have
Yeah.
a red belly frog, like
Mhm.
the green back, but
Mhm.
the belly is white, really white.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually a little bit bigger size.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they like little pond, a
Mhm.
lot of weed, grass, and so that's they like sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
So the snake around same area, so they wrap them,
Mm-hmm.
they tangle them, like you see it almost dying. and then I just kind of use a stick to
To
scare
beat
with,
the snake?
Yeah, scare with the snake, and then save
Okay.
the frog. Yeah, I saved several.
You sound like you had a lot of fun
Yeah,
as a kid.
Yeah,
You just like out there
poor like
chasing all the animals around, saving frogs from their death.
Yeah.
Sounds really fun.
Snakes like usually like the snakes like there's no threat to people at all because they have no poison, it's no venomous. So it's like just scary, or just hate them, just pure hate. Like when you are like 10, 5, 8 years old boy, you just hate them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we have a lot of water.
I don't know. I love snakes. I think they're cool. But hey, you know what?
But if you scare you every day,
you're gonna hate them.
And we get along with all animals. The toads, like the back, they have those kind of spots.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We like we always they're even bigger. They put them on hand, and then you put like the girls are disgusting. Like but the boys are like, let's kiss. Seriously, yeah.
Trying to kiss those toads.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like really tiny ones?
Yeah, we have.
I love those.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
In the tunnel, we had everything. They're all stages of the life.
Yeah.
We literally like studied the science from the cell.
So
Yeah,
cute.
from the cell to with a little tail.
Yeah. My grandparents had a cottage, and we used to have these like little toad houses, and they're made of clay.
Yeah.
And they have a little teeny hole in them.
Yeah.
And so that if the toads, no, they just hop in. It's not in the water or anything. It's on the dirt. So when we would lift them up, there'd be like 4 toads inside.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I hoped that they had a safe place to go if they were being chased by something else.
Actually, they said there's a poison on the back of those pots, and they said usually the snakes never mess with them. They only eat frogs, not toads.
Yeah.
But once in a while, if you find a crazy snake like Donald Trump, they can attack the toad. Seriously.
The Donald Trump snake?
Yeah, snake. And then it's a legend. If you see a snake tangling a toad, if you dig underneath, you probably find gold. That's what they told us.
Oh.
Yeah. The whole region knows that.
So you were always digging to find the gold?
No, you always try to find that unusual event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you never
very
seen
cool.
that. I never saw it. If you see like one crazy snake try to attack a toad, underneath you have to, if you dig, you get some treasure.
Get treasure? Did you ever find the treasure?
No, I never saw that thing.
Oh. Well, it's never too late.
And another thing in the water, there's very expensive creature. It's called the soft shell turtle.
Oh yeah.
That one is very expensive for some reason.
Like to eat?
To eat or sell, because it has the shell. Somehow they said it has people said at the time they have a mysterious healing power for the Chinese medication. So the meat probably is super tender or some expensive as well. Yeah. So and at the end you can have shell.
Have you had it?
No, we try to catch. If we could have caught one, probably we're gonna sell it for like maybe $50 or 50 cents. Very expensive. So we kind of every water we go around, we always want to try to find a turtle.
So you never got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we saw several. I probably got one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if you get, they said if you get beaten by the turtle, and the turtle never let you go.
Really?
The bite, yeah, never let you go for the bite.
Oh.
So you have to do a donkey sound. Seriously,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's like what the parents told us. Probably they tried to mock us. Yeah. But all the kids know that.
They try to keep you busy.
Yeah, all the try to scare you from the turtles.
Yeah.
If you get beaten by they never let you go.
Yeah.
And then
that sounds kind of sweet though. It sounds like you have a friend forever.
Yeah, and also you have to do the donkey sound.
Yeah. What's the donkey song?
Like, like
oh, okay. The sound, like, yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it well. Yeah.
So that's, I guess, a lot of lies from parents.
Parents lie. It's
Yeah.
their favorite thing
They
to
lie a
do.
lot.
Yeah, they just like to keep their kids like in this constant state, of lies, and hopefully they grow up okay with all of that.
I don't. Also, the parents. I don't know what you think about vaccine. I really, when I was in the village that time, they do a vaccine. Somehow there's a mark. That time I was born in '79,
Mm-hmm.
so around 80 in the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
So that time, like everybody had a little big scar here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's from one vaccine about maybe polio or what is that called? Something against
Polio?
Yeah, from polio.
Okay.
So that time was everybody had that thing. Even my parents, they all my mom, dad, they all have that thing. The mark, big mark, big. So it's a scar.
Yeah.
So that mark.
I think my mom has that.
Yeah. That's the same technique. Maybe the West and China the same technique that time.
Yeah.
So when I was 1980s, one day my mom was washing clothes near the pond, near the small pond. So she was telling me like, there's a guy, limping guy, kind of village doctor, limping guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he, next week or sometime he's gonna do the vaccine for all the kids in our village.
Mm-hmm.
So how do they do the vaccine? Is they cross cut like in your arm.
Mm-hmm.
They cut like do the cross cut, and then they kind of put like a swab, like some medicine in the swab, and then they sew it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they get the scar.
So they cut you open?
Yeah, cut it open with like cross. That's
Okay.
my mom told me, and they then stitch up. They
Okay.
stitch up then over time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's get a scar. That's how they get the scar.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, I have this big one. My dad has this big one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really scared. And
Yeah.
then 1 week later, there's a guy. I never saw that guy
Mm-hmm.
in 40s or 30s, like limping, was talking to my dad, saying about vaccine, or even I did not know the conversation, but I just guessed like doing this kind of vaccine thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kicked the guy in the nut, seriously. And then blocking away, I kicked legs. He was limping already. So that was 8. I was 8 years old. Or I still remember that.
Because he cut your mom?
To the vaccine.
Yeah.
Because it's super. You see the way they did vaccine. Vaccine is cut that like I don't know how deep is that, but then you stitch up. You see, you put something inside.
Yeah.
And it hurt like crazy. So I just kind of ran away to the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hide it for 1 day, like a half day. Like the guy just, okay, I feel the paper saying vaccinated already.
Yeah.
And they said, you're okay, but never did the vaccine. So my arm is very clean. All my...
You never had a vaccine?
No. Yeah.
Wow.
I have never issued.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
it's, it is.
Damn.
It is a denial that when I was 8.
Kick the doctor and you're good.
Yeah,
You're crazy.
Yeah, that's my proud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of that. I have nothing on my arm. All my when I went to college, I would have had the same. So
Wow.
I did not have that. My mom told me, actually, you can fake anything. They give you the fake paper, whatever. They said marked. Okay, this house vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So I was vaccinated.
Wow. They just lied on your paperwork.
Yeah. So
Okay.
just,
Damn. I can't believe you kicked the doctor in the nuts.
and maybe not. Anyway, he was limping dog already. So
Yeah, so
not good at chasing.
So you got away with it.
Yeah, 1 week before that, we had a chopping knife, and of the kitchen. I bought it, like finished the kitchen thing. Before we sleep, under the pillow I put a knife, the kitchen knife. I because this scary thing, the vaccine was a scary thing because what my mom told me about how they did it.
Yeah.
So I put a knife, and if I see this guy, I'm gonna kill this guy. That's what we're doing.
That's wild. That is wild.
That's about 8 years old. Yeah.
You sound like a fun kid to parent.
It's not easy. So I have 2 older brothers. If we did anything wrong, they beat us all. So it's equal opportunities.
No matter who it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
They had no time listening to your
They were just
arguing.
like, everybody pays for this.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, we have 2 older brothers. We fought each other all the time. So my father was really like my dad, so I had no time to listening to all this. I'm not judged, so I'm a punisher.
Do you feel like, so your daughter's 12?
Yeah.
Do you ever like, you see she's like very different from you because she's growing up.
No,
She's very
so spoiled.
so spoiled. Yeah, her life is like nothing like what yours was like growing up.
Not at all. One day, yesterday probably I asked. I told her like, maybe my biggest worry, you cannot take the anniversary or did not take hardship. Like if you have big kind of a difficulty in your life, you're probably gonna have some difficulty, big issue. You cannot deal with it because you did not go through tough times.
Yeah.
And usually it's a small thing you thought is huge. You know, oh, I cannot deal with this anymore. A lot of people.
A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, because you have. It's a good thing you go through tough life, and other things could be trivial, sound like trivial.
Yeah.
So I like for the comedy I receive, I accept like very wide range. It's not so easily offended.
Here, I'll write down Anthony Jeselnik. I think you'll like his Netflix
Not the
special.
Anthony Bourdain. What is the Anthony?
He's a cook.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
A cook. Rest in peace. Oh my God. I almost started writing Anthony Bourdain. Yeah, let me know what you think. He has a special, it's called Bones and All.
Let me see. I can read it now. I'm
My
bad.
handwriting is not good.
No, but I'm bad at reading also.
Oh, okay.
Especially those crazy cursive writing.
Well, I didn't, you're lucky, because I actually mostly write with crazy cursive, but I just wrote it in block letters.
This you when you went to school, you still you got the training like of the cursive, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cursive really crazy.
Cursive is really crazy.
I think it's very very hard for the people like learning English. Those letters.
I don't. Yeah.
Imagine you try to figure out what the word is, and every letter is
all these like curly.
Yeah. And try to remember a word or learning a new word, and then the word is written in cursive.
And then they write it in cursive. Yeah. Well,
it's not a.
I don't think people really use cursive very much anyway. It's only when people are trying to be like super fancy and feminine that they write anything important. Bones.
Oh, you see?
Yeah, my handwriting is not good. I should have written
that's
more
not
clearly.
good.
No, it's not. I can write it again if you want.
No.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, just
Jeselnik?
Jeselnik, yeah. He's very popular. I think you'll like him. He has a lot of specials.
That's not a common family name.
No. I don't know. It sounds European.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
You said you for 11 years. Comedian?
11 years,
Why did
yeah.
you choose comedian?
So when I was younger, I really wanted to get into acting. And I did a little bit of acting. I did I did a lot of theater, and I really liked it. And I did a lot of improv, like live improv, in front of audiences and like taking classes. And I think the improv thing really, I think that's where I really shine, because it's so off the cuff and like you are responsible in the moment for like everything. So everything has to make sense. Everything has to be cohesive, and everything has to be something has to be funny. Not everything has to be funny, but like it's like real life happening, you know. And I always really enjoyed performing in front of people. Like that was kind of my favorite thing. And even like when I was a kid, you know.
When did you realize you like being the crazy kid? Like right?
I've always been the crazy kid, you know. Like I've always been social. I love talking to people. And like when I was really small, I remember we had a yard sale in my grandparents' neighborhood. And so they were selling stuff, and it was my mom and my dad, my siblings. and we were all there, and there was all these people selling their stuff that I thought, well, we got to stand out.
Yeah.
So I would be on the corner like, come and get it, everybody. Like, let's go. We have great prices on good items. Like, I was just trying to get people to come over and look at our stuff. And, like, people would laugh even as they walked by. And, like, I remember one of the neighbors was like, we got to get you, like, we need to get you over here on our side so we can get you to, like, to get people over here. So I was really always kind of, like, over the top, you know, very performative. And, like, I just had a lot of fun. And so I started, I took a program in Toronto. It was a comedy program because I wanted to write and I wanted to perform, and this program had both. And I didn't really want to be a stand-up at all, but but they had classes for everything, and I just wanted to take the classes. I thought they were cool, and so I enrolled in the program. I did really well my first semester, but I dropped out because I just fell in love with doing stand-up so much. It was just like my favorite, and I was in Toronto, and there's shows everywhere. You could do like 10 shows a week, easy. So I was just doing stand-up all the time. And I lost interest in school. Like, I just really, at first I was really, really focused. And then I just like kind of like, I just didn't care anymore, you know? Like, I had found something else. And I thought, like, if I just focus on this, I can, you know, I can do that. Like, why do I need to? I kind of regret not staying in the program a little bit because there's some classes that I still think I could have used, but that's more the writing side. Like, the performing side, I really think is something you can learn in other ways, and like by doing it is like the best way. So yeah, when I started doing stand-up for the school, that's when I was like, oh my God, I like love getting on stage, and I can do it as much as I want, like all the time. And so, yeah, that's where it kind of started. And then also, like, it's a very social environment. So that's why another reason I really liked it, because you get to like make friends really easily, because there's just a million people kind of doing the same thing as you. And there's a lot of people to admire too. There's a lot of people that have been doing it for a long time that are super, super nice. Like, it's just so, there's so much there.
Maybe it's like people stigma. Like, is a lot of people crazy as well?
Absolutely. Like, people are insane. There's a lot of problems. Like, there's a lot of people that don't know their boundaries, and there's a lot of people that take things too far. So, like, for me, when I came to Montreal, I really liked the change. Like, I really love how everyone's so nice here, and it's less intense. Like, Toronto's very intense. Toronto's very competitive. And I'm not that competitive a person. I'm honestly more like go with the flow. I really love connecting with people, getting to know people's like authentic selves. So for me, I was kind of like, I just feel like everyone around me is trying to like outdo me. And I just want to, you know, I just want to be myself. I don't want to have to like be this kind of other person. But Montreal is very different. And so sorry.
But do you have to choose between like which way you want to choose, the more clean or more like offensive, more like that lot of female comedians they like to sex jokes to get more famous.
No, I mean it depends on what everyone's style is. Like if people like to be crude. You know, like nobody's giving male comedians for talking about sex, and like they all talk about it. Like male comedians are so like gross a lot of the time. Like not everybody, obviously, but like I don't think more female comedians talk about sex. I think it's just because it's like a topic that kind of on its own has so much funny things about it. You know, like if you look at comedy movies, they're always making sex jokes.
Yeah, even like as I mentioned, that Kill Tony, like 80% of them are doing.
They're all calling him gay. Yeah. Like they're all like, "Hey Tony, what do you look like when you're getting
even all
gay sexed?"
All the comedians coming up the stage. 80% of them doing the dirty jokes.
Yeah,
right?
And they're talking about like Tinder dates.
It's
you know,
kind of all dirty jokes. Now.
Yeah,
it's like I guess that's easier to get. or some people just stay in the cutting side.
Yeah. Well, definitely not clean on Kill Tony. I don't know if that's gonna go over well, but
But you've been in Montreal how many years? All the
5
so 6 years.
in Toronto and then 5 years here. And
How do you find Montreal?
Montreal's great. I find like their ceiling here is a bit lower.
Yeah.
So in Toronto, there's like way more opportunities like in the professional
Oh, they
world.
have even the big star called the
Russell Peters.
Yeah, that's why the name is.
Yeah, you had it backwards, but that's okay.
Russell Peters.
Russell Peters, yeah, like he's from, I think he's from Scarborough.
He's a big name, right?
He's like a millionaire. And he like tours the world and like all this. Yeah, I think that people usually go to Toronto and then build and build and build, and then they move to the US. Yeah, they
But
move.
also in Montreal, you have the language issue as well because
Yeah.
at least half is French. So the audience. For me, I went to the Comedy Nest twice. But for me, like I'm learning English for a lot of years, but some jokes I could not my level.
Understand.
Yeah. The Comedy Nest,
Yeah.
it's a good club though.
It's a good club. I really like the Comedy Nest. That's the thing though. It's like Montreal, there's only a few things that are going to bring you up. You have to be willing to go to other parts of Canada. You have to be willing to go on tour. You have to be willing to audition online, and then if you can send a self-tape for an audition or something, and then be able to actually like go to the place they're filming, and they could be filming anywhere, you know. You have to be willing to leave Montreal in order to do well.
Also it's very tough being a comedian. Very tough, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why you guys really admire you guys taking the risks. It's very, very for me. That's why I go to school. The first thing I decide to choose a major.
Yeah.
Computer science. It's safe.
And now you own a restaurant.
No, I was working. I've been working in that field for 19 years.
Yeah. Oh
so
my God! Wow.
give you salary, stable salary. That's why like playing safe. Like what I choose like for the college. Okay, computer science. Actually, I was all the time. I was really. I don't know what is that English. Talk a lot English. Always talk back. Doing all the kind of making jokes or troublemaking. In the school, they always said I that kind of person. So the last year of the senior high school, you have to choose a major for the college university. So one good teacher, very close to me, he said, with your character, you know, you always arguing with everybody, even with the teachers. So probably you could be a good lawyer. So there's a good school for lawyers in China. And I started well, so said probably going to qualify. They're going to accept you. So to be a lawyer.
Are you going to be a lawyer?
Yeah, so said no.
No, you're okay?
Not making money. Seriously, not stable.
No?
Yeah. That's why I was super smart, actually. Super smart to make my own choices. So all this, because I'm from a province, from high school, all the decision is mine only. Not my parents never gave me any advice how to do anything. So I'm choosing the career, also choosing the major. So I chose computer science over lawyer because I had no connections. You have to talk to people, working with, you know, taking one thing from another person. That's what lawyers do, right? You argue with one favor of that. Literally, you are taking one thing from one person to another. So you are getting in between people. And you have to have power or connection, whatever. So if you're doing the coding, computer coding, you're doing the coding 8 hours, they give you a salary. That's all. So that's how I chose it. It's a smart one. Yeah. So then I got me to the immigration also. Yeah. Help me to the immigration. So that's awesome. Yeah. It's I literally really like the comedy or the stuff because I talked a lot before, like in Chinese. If you're talking Chinese, you're gonna die.
Yeah. All right, I gotta learn some.
I talk down people.
Yeah.
You know, I argue a lot.
I love it.
Because English is not my language. It's in Chinese. Nobody can beat me.
Do you have guests on your show that are Chinese?
No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything Chinese. Even interviews, nothing.
Why not? Not interested?
No, I focus on English, to be honest, because my Chinese already very, very good. So I don't want to expose to that language to improve. So,
you don't need to improve.
Not
So
too
this
bad.
is to improve?
Yeah, for sure. Over the time, I
Wow.
improve a lot. That's why I read a lot of American news, all the talk shows, all the
Mhm.
stuff. One thing is to get information,
Hmm.
misinformation,
Yeah.
all kind of rumors.
A lot of crazy
Yeah.
stuff in the news. Yeah.
Good or bad, but
Mhm.
the bad thing is to improve the language.
Mhm.
It's really lucky.
Well, I think you're doing I think your show is awesome. And I think your restaurant's awesome.
Trying, really trying.
Yeah, no, I think you're doing a great job.
The restaurant business, it's the same like doing myself. It's like just like try the best. That's all. Don't want to impress a lot of people because if you're not that kind of capability, you don't want to pretend.
Mhm.
We know a lot of people are genius, right?
Yeah.
But that's only like 1% of top 1%. I'm
Mhm.
sure I'm not one of those. So we're just kind in the middle.
You never know.
Safe.
Yeah.
Safe.
Well, I think that opening a restaurant is a huge gamble. It's not a safe choice.
Actually, I always wanted a business. That's why the first restaurant was in Codenash, the near Jewish hospital. It was a very small one.
Yeah.
Like I took over from previous owner, so gave me a very good price. So
Mhm.
actually, very low risk.
Oh, okay.
So I did the calculation. If we end up half year, we have to close,
Mhm.
and we lose this much money with
Mhm.
the IT job, I would make up that.
Mhm.
We took the loan, credit line, I believe.
Mhm.
It's credit line from the bank.
Mhm.
So we just pay the transfer the transition ownership of the
Yeah.
small. Already the first day you can run, so it's very small, and then
Mhm.
you get some experience. And if we fail completely,
Mhm.
it's probably this much is we lose.
Yeah, and you can make it back quickly.
Yeah.
So you're good.
It's
Do you think you'll go back to IT?
I don't think so.
You're good, eh?
Because if I'm not working here, probably the quality everything gonna go down. Because small
Right.
business, I learned after so many years, you have to be doing it by yourself.
Mhm.
You have to be there
Mhm.
for small business. It's not
Do
like
you know how to make all these things?
now I know seriously. At the beginning for April, I started April 2020.
Mhm.
Like I started cooking the fried rice. Told you, I've been cooking fried rice for a lot of years, a lot of
Yeah.
time. So you get the experience around the work, like a
Mhm.
tool. That's your weapon,
Mhm.
like your weapon.
Yeah.
You know the weapon. They kind of disassemble the rifle
Mhm.
and they put back
Put
together.
it back together.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the same thing.
You know how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well, there you go.
That's our rifle.
Mhm.
It's the wok.
Yeah.
And the spatula.
The wok is the rifle.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
need to know that, and then if you put 5 seconds, and you know how hot is that,
Mhm.
like a maximum heat,
Mhm.
and then more than 5 seconds, you probably burn something.
Yeah. You don't want to burn
Yeah.
anything.
And then after you get fried rice for actually 1 year would be good enough. Seriously, 1 year, half a year, probably if you quick learner, probably you're gonna feel.
You're gonna master it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The theory is not difficult, over time you see, okay, why is that way, why is that way. Everything has its theory.
Mhm.
So, and then you find, okay, this dish and the beef and how to handle the beef, and then like the kung pao chicken, the kind of chicken cubes, it's called chicken breast, very tender. So how you don't make it like a rubbery taste,
Yeah.
the texture. So
No, you gotta get it nice and tender.
yeah, and you don't put that in the hot oil too long, right?
Mhm.
So it's over time you will know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Well, you really care about your business.
you have to.
Yeah.
That's a life.
No, but you can tell when someone doesn't. You know.
So the IT thing is like I thought I was promoted before. I was doing parallel. Oh, no, actually, before I started the restaurant, I thought I had the chance to be promoted. But maybe because of it's not mature. I was always naive. I was trying to this right, I do that. There's a lot of degrees of things.
Yeah.
So dealing with people, I guess I've been with the last job for 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the company I've been with 12. So the first 5, 6 years, 12, 3 years, I had a big hope. I thought I was going to be promoted to a team leader or the manager. So then once I had a little bit fight with the teammate, tried to be a little bit authoritative.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
a little sassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving out tasks not finished, so you try to say enforce a little bit too much. That kind of stuff. So then I realized I'm not that kind of person, not
Mhm.
have the authority over something.
Mhm.
I was never had any authority.
No.
Like, even in the restaurant, nobody respect me.
What? I don't believe
They're not
you.
just easy going. The only thing you have the authority as the owner is like, if I really cannot work with you, I have to fire you. That's all, right?
Yeah.
But usually they don't respect me. Like,
Oh my goodness.
It's just
And you're cool with
very
that?
equal. Yeah, it's very equal.
Yeah, whatever.
It's way of dealing with people. You know,
Mhm.
it's just relaxing as long as things done properly.
Mhm.
89%
Mhm.
probably is fine. It's not. Some people they can like, they have the authority right away, respect.
Mhm.
But I'm always the regular guy. Not
Yeah.
big deal. I don't care. Seriously, I don't
You're
care.
chill, eh?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. I love that.
It's not a big deal at the end
Mhm.
of the day. So but the Montreal itself, like, how do you like the city? I always want to ask people, like,
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
the Frenchy.
I have an easier time here because
Amazing.
French is
Yeah,
much
yeah.
more natural for me.
If I speak good French, this will be heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really love Montreal, eh?
Yeah, I've been here almost 20 years.
Yeah.
I had too many opportunities or too many things to live to Toronto.
Yeah.
Before Toronto.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends, especially working IT,
Yeah.
they pay a lot more than here.
Mm-hmm. Everything pays more in Toronto than here. But I love Montreal because it's a lot cheaper to live here. And the apartments are very nice. I really like the quality of life is a bit higher. For like the average person, I would say. I like how easy it is to get around. Like you have a car, so I have like public transit. I've always
Here
even
the
in Toronto.
Big C is good.
I love the Big
Yeah,
C.
Big C is
Yeah,
really good.
no,
You can travel.
I take it everywhere. In the summer, it's so nice, but like
problem the winter is a little bit too long.
the winter is brutal. But honestly, this winter is the same in Toronto. I've never felt like it was worse here. I really like how easy it is to take the metro. Like I can get anywhere in like half an hour.
Yeah. Especially with the RAM now.
Yeah.
When the RAM in place, I live in West End. If
Mhm.
I delayed again, probably end of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
If the rev is running,
Mhm.
it will be amazing. That's the big boost. I guess West Island is the biggest benefit of this whole thing, because
Mhm.
West Island the train is too slow,
Mhm.
and there's no train for majority of the day.
Mhm.
So the rev is like every 5-6 minutes. It's amazing.
That does sound really cool.
Yeah, that would be the big boost for West Island.
I find it, yeah, I don't know why like major cities in Canada underdevelop their public transit, and it's like they want people to use cars, but I don't care what the government wants me to use. Like just make
It's more efficient to move around.
yeah, like it's more efficient. You can move more people. Not everybody likes to sit in a car for a long time. I like to be mobile. I like to like walk, get down into the metro. Like, I like to be kind of out and about. And I don't mind how long it takes. Like I just like to be free. I don't like being stuck in a car. Or I don't even have a driver's license, so I couldn't even do it anyway.
STM,
STM is awesome. Toronto, it's horrible. The public transit is like
it's
terrible.
Here you have a month pass, and then you go everywhere. Train
and it's so cheap.
Yeah,
I can't believe how inexpensive the metro here is.
Yeah.
It's like less than $100 a month.
You jump like between bus and the metro everywhere.
Yeah, you're just going.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What is the thing you don't like, Montreal?
Okay, I think that the service standard in Montreal is much lower than it is in Toronto. So usually, if you go out to eat in Toronto, everyone's very professional. Everyone's very polite.
You mean the restaurant?
Restaurant, cafe, grocery store, everything. They're a lot more helpful, and there's like you're less likely to have to ask for things. So if you go to a grocery store in Montreal, no one is bagging your groceries. They will not like put things in a bag for you. They're just like scanning it, and then I don't mind. Like it's not the end of the world, but I find like I have to rush to put all my things because there's always a line. Then I have to rush to get my wallet. It's a very like there's not that like extra level of service. And that is like, it's such an easy thing to live with, it's like not a big deal. But I do notice, like, restaurants in Montreal, it's way more likely that you're gonna be forgotten about a little bit, or the staff might be kind of rude, or they might just like not care. I always have people argue with me about how I like my coffee in Montreal, which drives me absolutely
You
crazy.
see because a lot of restaurants they work IT before,
Oh, really?
like me.
There's the problem.
Yeah, not professional. I'm wearing Beckham jersey for 20 years.
Well, no, here this place is awesome.
Yeah.
I've been here so many times and ordered takeout, and
Were
you guys are always like you guys are always so nice. And even when you were saying earlier when we were talking about my bad experience at a different restaurant, everything you said, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And that level of service that you provide is not. You're not going to get that at a lot of other places.
I purposely don't want to put a uniform, like for the waitress people.
Oh, I don't care about that. That's not what I'm talking about at all.
I have only 7 t-shirts, like rotating. Like I have Brazilian jersey and this Beckham jersey and the Montreal, what is that? The Impact jersey.
Yeah.
And then my free t-shirt from my wife's company before.
I don't even care about uniforms. Like I actually get uncomfortable when the service at a restaurant is like very almost creepy. Everyone's like too robotic and everyone's too prim and too proper and everyone's in a perfect uniform and they're not really showing a lot of emotion. That really freaks me out.
I'm too casual.
No, I love the casual. I like it when I don't like it when it's too formal. Because like I went to a restaurant that's very well known in Montreal. I won't say what it is. I don't want to get in trouble. But we thought the service was like too intense. Like I would take a few, like my water would be like yours. And then someone would swoop over my shoulder and like pour it. And I was like, hi, like every like 5 or 10 minutes. And I was like, in my head, I was like, just leave the pitcher of water on the table so that we can pour it ourselves, because I don't like having someone take care of me too much. I like a little bit of space and a little bit of privacy so I can be with the people that like I'm eating with, but like that was too much, and I was
I'm
like pouring water all the time, and I was just kind of like, okay, it seemed like she was like afraid to let my water run too low, and I don't like
that's
that.
Too professional.
Too professional. You need to be in the middle.
Sometimes our waitress forgot them to empty for a long time. I would have feel this. They were like chatting with another behind that. I said, "Well, there's no water for a long time."
Yeah.
I'm a little bit too casual. Like last night, there was a group of people, actually a birthday, like sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
I came upstairs. They said, "Can I have something?" I said, "Money."
You called her over.
Yeah. As long as not money, as long as money I can give you.
Love that. Yeah. No, but I just find sometimes people like in when you go places, they can be very kind of rude and like they're like very French about it, like they're just like. And so I have to adapt. I don't think they should change. I'm the one who has to change. But when I go to Toronto and I go and everyone's like extra nice when I'm getting coffee, going for dinner, going to this, I'm like, oh, I miss that feeling, But it means when I go home, I get to look forward to that.
I guess there's another problem you won't complain is because you don't drive. If you drive a lot,
mm-hmm.
There's the biggest problem in Montreal.
There's nowhere to park.
The road.
They're terrible.
Yeah, always construction, always potholes.
That does drive me crazy too, though, because if I'm in an Uber, it has to go everywhere because of all the construction. That is really annoying.
You know why is that?
Why? Because the mafia?
Corruption.
I knew it.
Yeah, corruption. They do that same contract over and over again.
Yeah.
And the quality of the road is so bad.
They're like, we're going to be here in another 2 years, so let's just patch it up.
The problem, the potholes sometimes this big.
Yeah.
Your whole heel can fall into it.
Yeah.
And then if you're not lucky, and you have to go to the garage.
Yeah.
And it's really bad.
Yeah.
And you have to swerve all the time. You really keep your eyes not up the same level.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look down.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then they do some same, like St. Charles, there's a Boulevard St. Charles.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, they had a new pavement, everything brand new. They closed the whole street
Mm-hmm.
to do the. Less than 2 years, potholes like this big.
Yeah.
And they always said, we're in Quebec, the weather is so cold. What about Toronto?
Toronto has a similar problem, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, not that bad because everything is corruption.
Yeah.
Everywhere there's just different levels. Fortunately, we have a higher level.
Yeah, no, it's annoying. But like also
we are winning on the corruption level.
Yeah. But like, don't you find when they put the salt on the roads, and then they also put those little rocks?
Yeah, the rocks.
The rocks fuck up all
Yeah,
the cars.
And also the rocks, where do they go? They go to the sewage system, block it.
It's like, what is happening? Yeah, I know. They only use salt in Toronto. They don't use the rocks back home.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I do? Because I have plants, and plants, when you're putting them in a pot, you need rocks at the very, very bottom so the water can drain through. So I like scoop them and I keep them and I just hold on to them until I have a plant that I want to put in a pot, and then I put the rocks in the free rocks.
You can start a construction company.
I can start a construction company.
Seriously.
Yeah, why not?
Over 10 years, probably have a big pile.
A big pile, yeah.
Construction, build a church.
I could
Let
build-
people worship you.
Yeah,
You start a
exactly.
Cult lady.
Yes, this is the best idea.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what? I think you're onto something. And like, you have built a restaurant and a career in IT. I trust you more than I would most other people.
No, because you don't care. If you don't care that much, it should be okay.
Yeah.
Seriously, I always like, I when I was 20, I thought I was strategically smart.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm bad, I can do a lot of bad things.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, at one time I was thinking about those conspiracy. Like if I conspire something, I can make it like real or something,
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of bad things. But then there's conscience. You don't want to be bad,
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of career, you can do something. That's why, like, I really don't understand that people do a lot of lying, do a lot of bad things for the
Mhm.
public sectors. You don't
Yeah.
have to choose that career.
No.
Like with right now, the we call post-industrial era, right?
Mhm.
So everybody can survive. You are not starving. Nobody is starving. So you really don't need to do those bad things. You just live your own version. That
Wow.
should be
But lots of people are starving.
in Canada, at least. No, if
You see the people on the sidewalk?
usually they have.
They have no-
I
they
guess is the money they come and give them every month. If you don't do drugs, if you don't, lot of them is when they were young. They
Mhm.
kind of had some issues. If you just follow rules, everything, not
Mhm.
doing drugs, keep your sanity. And I don't think it's very difficult to
I
to
don't
survive.
know. I don't know. I think that a lot of these people, like, yeah, you mentioned they have problems, but like a lot of their problems are pretty severe. Like some of them were in the foster system because their parents didn't
it's
take
that-
care
yeah,
of
it's
them,
that-
and
yeah,
then they turn
yeah.
18
Yeah,
and they have
exactly.
nowhere to go, right? Like,
But that's
it's-
why we need to practice Zen. You need to, when you were young, and just the perfect case is like, for example, you regular normal life.
mhm.
You don't worry about the food. Usually here,
Yeah.
Is the not,
I don't. I'm very lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Usually, if you don't have your mental issues, you have your childhood. I could easily be a killer. Seriously, I was telling the story. I very poor. Everywhere I went, I was looked down. So I
Yeah.
was super sensitive.
Mhm.
I was super sensitive till after graduation from uni.
Mhm.
Before 22, I was 22. I could easily kill anybody because super sensitive. I was offended by even friendly jokes.
Mhm.
Like I had physical fights with my roommates several times.
Yeah.
It easily they said nice things. They
Mhm.
joked around. I just misunderstood them. I
Yeah.
thought it was offensive.
Mhm.
So that kind of super sensitive.
Mhm.
That's why I think like when I was a junior high school,
Mhm.
I was really mocking myself a lot. Otherwise, I could be big trouble.
Mhm.
I was this tough. Like for example, like we have grade junior high school 3 years,
Mhm.
senior high 3 years. So junior high school, that's probably you are 12. The grade 1, we call grade 1 junior high school.
Mhm.
we all came from, it's a town, it's a small town. So the school is in a small town. So our primary school on each village. So students like 12 years old, coming from all different villages, right? First day, nowhere, like you don't know each other. The other kids is from other village, far, far away. But they all go to the school in the town. So there's a little chubby guy, and he just beat me. Was intermission for the exercise, whatever. Just block the door, just block me. I said, I want to go out for the exercise. And they said, no, just said no. And then just punching me. The guy was beef like crazy. I was little tiny. And the guy I thought, this guy is a Mike Tyson. It's really like Mike Tyson. Muscle everywhere. So the whole body is a cube.
Yeah.
It's a block
from
here. Jeez. And it's not tall either. It's not tall. It's the same height, but it's much wider. It's just beating me up. Like, not serious beating, but it's showing his power.
Yeah.
We get up that kind of environment. And another guy was like grade 2 of the junior high school. The guy he was bragging his punching power. Like that time, Michael Tyson was very famous in China. He said every second he can punch 7 times or 8.
Yeah.
So that guy said he's only 1 time less than Mike Tyson. He said he's punching 6 times a second. So every day it was. Actually, I was friendly punching. So I was like trying to muscle myself up to be tough. So I was small. So against the wall, he was punching me. I was his punching bag for like a year.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's how we get
That's how you get tough.
Yeah, get tough.
Yeah.
And then mocking myself. So all these years, but if I get easily offended, I had a lot of revenging ideas. When I was 10 to 12, 13, 14, every time something goes wrong, I was saying like, I had to kill this guy. The guy punching me, we were good friends. Like every time I was his punching bag, like he was practicing Tyson moves. Mike Tyson, like seven punches a second. So one time, out of nowhere, we had big problem, big fight, and naturally ended up into a physical fight. And I was no match.
Yeah.
He was a Mike Tyson of our class, so he punched me like crazy.
Did he punch other kids?
Sometimes.
But you were his favorite?
Yeah. I was his friend.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was his practice addict.
Okay.
So this guy, the real fight between us, I knew I was no match. So he beat me down. And then I told him before everybody. So that's what I told him. I said, like, now I know you can beat me now. But I will come back to you in 10 years. I will go to your village and I will kill you. And
it's a big threat.
Yeah. Seriously, I had that idea for 2 years, and then find out it's a nonsense, and we became friends again. But
that's heartwarming.
Yeah. But that moment really, because this guy just beat you, you have no way to fight back because he's way stronger, and he's Mike Tyson.
Yeah. He's Mike Tyson guy.
It's crazy. That's why a lot of times it could go wrong. Any moment, lot of steps. Like if somebody just treat me like too bad, maybe that guy is just evil guy or something. I could have done something easily. So that's why the environment is very important for young people, the kids. If the society treats you badly and you have no help, and I could be one of them. A lot of times they said there's a famous like incident. Like I graduated 2001, probably around 2005 or 6 on the internet in China. There's one guy in the dorm. That time was the dorm is big. The one room we have eight beds, 4 double deckers. So 4 of them we can have 8 people, 8 students in the same dorm room. So we had 7. And that guy, about same situation, he killed all his dorm mates by hammer. That guy, he was sentenced to death. Very famous that time in China. He's Ma Jiajie, Mr. Ma.
It could have been you.
Yeah, it could be me. I read that news. I thought that could be me.
Yeah.
Because he was offended by playing cards. At night you go back after class. You go back to the dorm room, and the people like you have maybe 6 people living in the room, right? So 4 of them playing cards or something. Or this guy I guess several of them like made fun of him, and he was really self-aware, like inferior, always sensitive. So he got the idea to revenge them. When they were sleeping, he just killed all of them. This guy. But he was sentenced to death. But for me, I read that news. I said he was a victim as well. So he's supposed not to be sentenced to death, or like the society already failed him. When the society failed a young guy, and this young guy could revenge to the society.
Yeah.
It's a very big tragedy. But when me, I'm always very sensitive because growing up, my upbringing very, very poor. So even the university, like a lot of others, all my classmates came from city. I'm the only one from village. So every weekend they say, let's go to the restaurant. I never go there because I cannot spend the money. We always share, right? The AA, they share the cost of the meal. I never go with them because I did not have the money to go with them. So that gave you extra layer of, it's really bad. So that's why this mental issue thing, I can understand very well. Because like but it's also the young people's choice, but there may not be smart choice, but it's a bad choice, but end up a situation very bad when they're adults. But then that would be burden of the society as well. But if you are public, like officers, like officials, like government, you need to find a better way to deal with that. That's your duty. You need to have a better way to create less losers.
Yeah.
If you are a lot of losers get killed, right? They're gonna revenge. They're not logical. They're not passionate. They're not
they're passionate about something.
Yeah. They don't have the empathy to a lot of things. They don't have patience also. When you live that kind of environment, you don't have that patience. If you're not nice to me, next time you're probably nicer.
Yeah.
It's I grew up the time I can exactly understand those feelings. The only time I overcome that feeling because I had a really good job the first time. So after school, I get the best job ever, like computer science. They pay well. So over time, I said, when you have money or you live okay, you kind of saying, okay, the past was it's a kind of a experience help you to grow. But before that, you probably have done something terrible. There's no way back. It's a lot of people. I never smoke. No weed, no alcohol, no alcohol. There's no drugs, nothing. Even the weed never touched.
Yeah.
It's easy for me. It's some people say, weed. I know weed is not terrible, but just I don't want to take that risk. Even it's 1% risk. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try some carrots. Yeah.
Carrots.
Yeah, on carrots.
Carrots are great.
Yeah.
They're so good to be addicted
potato.
to.
If you want to tough, you just eat the potato raw.
So food is your drugs.
It's something, all the bubble tea, Tim Hortons.
Well, you're in a perfect neighborhood if you love bubble tea.
Bubble tea is crazy. It's killing you.
Everywhere.
Bubble tea is killing you.
Yeah.
Everybody, because the sugar.
Yeah. Ooh, that's true. Too much sugar is really bad for you.
Anything you want to add?
I don't think so. I think we've talked about kind of everything.
Nothing controversial, right?
Like the murder of a bunch of people? No, nothing controversial at all. Yeah, I think we're not canceled yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're still good.
Stay safe. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, what a great time.